Okay, guys, we are live. For those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon muser and master this evening. Tonight, we are continuing on with session or episode 2 of an adventure we're playing using Jeff Talanian's very cool Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. And keen viewers may note that we are using some house rules in this to add ancestries or races, as well as some specializations on the classes. So there's quite a bit of cantrips. So there's a bunch of house rules we're using here, which reminds me, George, that did you pick your cantrips?
I did.
Nice.
I took sense evil and divine guidance.
Outstanding. So speaking of George, with me tonight are the stars of the Dead Roads campaign. And I'll introduce you guys in the left to right format as per usual. First up, we've got Arlen.
I am playing Sagramore, a paladin, a heaven-blessed paladin, so he has some of the divine in him, and he is also a peasant hero, and he's just generally, a badass knight type. Pretty cool.
Nice. Next up is George.
I'm playing Red Crow of the Elk clan. He is a shaman who always wears an elk kind of bone mask.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. You actually will not remember where you're from.
That's
start
true.
Of the campaign,
that's out of character.
Oh, okay.
that's the audience knows. I just wake up with a weird mask on and don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
That'd probably be pretty freaky.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to
be. Next up is Greg.
I'm playing Larissa, half vampire berserker, and that is not going to cause any problems for the paladin whatsoever.
It's almost as if you intentionally did it. Next up is Dave.
Hey everybody, I am playing Vargosh, the fighter with a big two-handed fuck-off stick. And tonight we'll be drinking a little bit of Bullet 10-year.
Ooh.
So cheers to that.
It's been one of those weeks, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I fully understand that. And last, but certainly not least, is the man, the myth, the legend, Steve-O!
It is I, playing none other than Nargul, the Damphir sort of woodland creature.
Nice.
Who's a magic user and a hunter.
Excellent. Okay, so then, guys, our scene, and Georgia, you've already listened. You may have listened to the last stream, so you'll have to forgive me for hearing this again. But what Red Crow, Larissa, and Vargosh, what you guys remember is laying down to sleep. You can decide, for yourself whether that was in the comfort of, the most opulent bed that was available, whether it was in the straw that makes up a stable somewhere, or whether it was sleeping rough just outside of town. Whatever it is, the last thing you remember is that laying down to rest on that surface. And then you heard this rushing sound. This, and now you wake up in silence. And what you can each see is that you are in, so let's see here, Red Crow, you're in perfect blackness. And in that darkness, the thing that, what first happens is you sort of jerk up and you realize your mask hits this surface that's almost like an inch or so above you. You could try to move and you realize that you're in this confined little area surrounded by solid walls of stone. But there is the smell of rich earth that fills your nostrils as well, too. And it is, the first thing you think is that I've been buried. Larissa and Vargosh, both of you have dark vision, so you do have a very slight advantage here. But that's almost more horrific because you can see that you are trapped in some kind of rectangular stone surface. And Larissa, I'm just going to have you start screaming in fury at this. And as you're sort of and what are you doing here? Are you trying to like your weapons are lied? Any of you guys who are carrying weaponry, it's on you as if you were like laid to rest with honor. You know, your Vargosh, your weapons are laid across your chest. Larissa, your bastard sword would be likewise laid the same way with your dagger next to it. Red Crow, what do you carry? A spear or something?
I've got an axe.
Oh, an axe. Yeah, so likewise too. But your whatever your sort of magical, accoutrements, they're in with you as well too.
Okay, cool.
So you, Vargosh and Red Crow, would you each give me a D6 roll, please? Okay, so Red Crow, maybe this is because your senses are kind of hyper-tuned at this point. You can hear the sound of something, the muffled sound of something shouting and screaming from somewhere outside of the tomb.
Okay. Whatever I'm trapped inside.
Yeah.
I'm going to start just issuing this primal kind of screech.
Yep.
That I think is going to cut through the stone because I'm a shaman. I know I'm very attuned to the earth and the rock.
Yeah.
And so what I think is going to vibrate through potentially to communicate with whatever it is beyond. Yeah. I think I'm in some kind of crazy dream, by the way. So
sure. Yeah. So you're screaming and so now there's two of you. Vargosh, you don't hear anything. What's sort of his reaction?
Kind of like spits and gets the puke out of his mouth, and then
no, there's no puke. Like you're not if you drank yourself into unconsciousness, you're in perfectly fine condition right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I have any more
Like
drink
that's
on me?
never happened before.
Can I keep drinking? He doesn't like confined spaces, so he'll try to push up.
Okay.
Do we feel like we're laying horizontal or we're sitting up vertical?
You're lying flat. You can feel the cold stone on your back. There's the smell of the earth that's kind of laid around you, and there is up right above you is this perfectly flat stone surface as well. The only thing you guys can notice, the only imperfection in these things, is a seam that runs on the inside lid that looks like on here. If you crane your head to the side...
It is time for the explosion from the crypt, I imagine.
Okay. So why don't each of you, Vargosh and Larissa, you guys give me a feat of strength, please. Okay, yeah, so you're screaming and howling, trying to get... this thing, but it just will not move.
Is there supposed to be a number beside my feet of strength?
There is, yeah. What's your strength?
18.
18, and you're a fighter subclass, so your
40.
Your feet will be 40%, 40. No, so both of you, it's just you cannot, because of the weird angle and because you can't quite get your like the way I was describing it before is you're basically using like your back and your triceps and that's it, and you're just like And then let's see here. Sagramore, would you give me a D3 roll, please? One, two, Vargosh. Let's go. The map, guys. Okay. Now, guys. Sagramore. Oh, I placed you perfectly, too.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard the screaming from within. And you come back to the sarcophagi, and what you guys will see this as soon as you get out. Each of these sarcophagi has on its lid, like they're very heavy stone. There is a designed, of a figure reclined, all in stone, atop each of those, and each of them matches its corresponding what do you call it? Its corresponding occupant. So you. Sagramore, when you came back, you could see that you hear the screaming and you saw this woman on one, this unusual, like ragged robes looking smaller man, and then this half orc or orc blooded man on one. And that one seemed to be, trembling a little bit as if someone was trying to get out. So I'm assuming this is the point where you gotta push it aside, and Vargosh, you see looking down at you this. This enormous man, and he's wearing scale armor, not the filigreed, plate that he has in the photo or the illustration. But the one unusual thing about him, though, is that his eyes, they're blue, but they've got this really vibrant gold rim around the iris. Clearly, he is not fully human, or at least not human. So what happens is, as Vargosh, as this is sort of pushed aside and you sort of leap up, what is it? Or like sit up, because it's this really heavy lid that he's pushed aside. And you also see standing there this ragged-looking man with pointed ears who looks like this. This is Nargol.
Ew.
So you, what do you do?
I loosened it.
So I think Sagramore, as with Nargol, is going to reach out and offer a hand to help him up out of the sarcophagus.
Okay. So Vargosh, you look over at him, and looking back and forth in the at the various sarcophagi, you can see that this guy looks identical to one of the sarcophagus lids, the one on the far left, and then one just to the right of you. There's someone screaming within that. There's someone screaming in the one over from that. And then the one over from that, the furthest to your left, that one has a lid that matches this gaunt, pointed-eared man who stands before you.
I put my hands up like I can help myself, and I try and push myself.
So
up.
what, Vargosh, seeing the lid that it matches, like it's you on your lid, it's you. The only difference is that it's got lifeless stone eyes. And Sagramore, you could have, now that you're thinking of it, was this always this way? You're thinking like, no, there wasn't a mark, but maybe there was, and you just forgot it?
It's so hard. There's such strange magics at work here. It's hard to know what is true and what is not.
Yeah. So Vargosh, you sort of get yourself out of there. So this half-orc definitely seems like he can manage things himself. Let me just, because I think that Illo is pretty darn cool. Let me refresh this. There we go. Oops. What is Vargosh's surname?
Turok.
Vargosh Turok. So when he gets himself out, guys, this is sort of what he looks like.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you sit down, and what do you guys do next? You can hear someone is screaming and raging in both of the other ones. There's the one with the woman, and there's the one with the masked figure. What are you thinking?
Sagramore is Sagramore is a knight, so he has to help the one with the woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say Arlen's like, what? We'll leave him in there.
But Sagramore is a leader also, so he's gonna take charge and say, "You two, help that third man. I will aid the woman."
Okay. Vargosh, you got an 18 strength, right?
Yep.
Okay, you're not gonna have to roll then. So you get over there and you're able to put it back. And when unfortunately, Red Crow, you can't see anything right now, right, George?
I cannot see a thing.
Okay, so as soon as there's a lid open and you can hear people talking in there, Larissa, you're able to get out and see everything that we've described from before. Red Crow, what do you? So one thing, Sagramore, you remember from before is that there were those lanterns over in that in the corner over here in that little box, with lamp oil in it as well.
And
where did I cast light last session?
You cast light
down in here.
Yeah, it was over in this room over here.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. While you're sorting that out, I'll actually do one thing here. I've got a spell. I've got token that'll duplicate that.
Cool.
So, Red Crow. I was gonna call you Red Cow. Sorry.
You're just combining
reading.
me and Arlen.
Yeah, reading is fundamental. There we go.
So I can feel that there's open space now above me. Is that because
there is?
Or
Okay, let's see here. Red Crow. How much can you see right now? Okay, you can see a bit. Yeah,
I see everything actually.
Okay, yeah. I forgot that he had cast light. So yeah, it opens up and you can see this strange collection of characters before you.
So I scramble out. I'm very feral and I keep really low to the ground and I'm kind of looking around like what's happening. You guys, he literally does have if you look at my icon there, he's just got a elk mask over it with antlers and he's not taking it off. And he's got skins and furs and stuff like that.
Okay. So here's what you guys.
I'm sure.
You guys can remember your names. You guys can remember your skills. You know you can rely on your spells and whatever else too. You do not remember anything else. You could not say what your favorite meal is. You could not recognize the face of your father. You could not hum the song that you sang, with friends as children. Everything that would give an indication.
Do we remember where I get my clerical magic from, like my deep?
No, actually, you don't.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, Sagramore, you remember that relief I said that was on the door that you saw?
Mm-hmm.
This is what it looks like. So that is on the bottom of the door, the stone door that lies partially open.
Yeah.
Over here.
And that is, I wrote down the name, Roslar.
Roslar.
Yes.
And what it said over it as well, there was writing. And the writing was, Red Shrikes, noble companions in the war against evil, rest well, my friends. So none of you guys recognize each other. None of you guys, apart from seeing yourselves on the lids of the sarcophagi. Let's role play out what's happening here. So how is everyone sort of responding?
I need to open up Larissa's sarcophagus. We didn't.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming that. Yeah, you opened up. Yeah, you don't need to make a roll for that. Okay, so Larissa is out. Red Crow is out.
Well, I hiss at him.
Nice.
The moment that he pulls back the cover, I open my eyes. They're like blood red.
Yeah.
And I just hiss at him.
Okay. So before we do introductions, I'm going to do Detect Evil again.
Okay. Can you do it as many times as you want?
I have to stop and concentrate. Since evil, I have to stop and concentrate, but there's no limit on how many times I can do it.
Now, when we did it, that's when you do that like manifestation, right? Of the divine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Head and both hands.
Yeah. So you hiss at him, Larissa. He doesn't seem to flinch from you. He steps back a bit, and there's this flare of divine light.
Oh, I cover my eyes.
Is Larissa intending evil right now? She's not intrinsically evil just because she's a Dhampir.
No.
Okay. So no.
Well, I'm checking everybody too. I'm glancing around the whole room.
Yep. So the only thing that would detect, guys, is none of you are demons in disguise, though now I'm wishing I had done that. Next campaign. But no.
So you know.
Yeah, exactly. This could all be an elaborate ruse. Maybe Greg and I were talking about something else. What do you call it? No one reads as intrinsically evil. It's only if you've got specifically evil intent. And I don't, from what you guys have said so far, I don't think anyone's intending that. So no, everyone seems they read, "This tomb is clean."
Excellent. Mm-hmm. So then I think Sagramore turns to Nargul and says, "My friend, as we are joined by companions, perhaps we should make introductions. I am called Sagramore, and I am a knight of."
And he kind of looks down at this holy symbol that hangs around his neck. And the holy symbol is a downturned sword with a stylized sunburst set behind it. centered on the whatever is the hilt, the cross. What is the arm?
So he's from House Davian.
Yeah, really. Totally. This is my backdoor entry into Mech Warrior. Oh boy.
I'm afraid my friends.
Greg, how did you know? How did you know?
Sagramore of House Davian.
It escapes me just who my patron is.
Yeah,
Are you forgetting?
He's saying it's a little sheepishly, right?
Yeah, because he's normally, brash, and he's righteous, not self-righteous. He's righteous.
Yeah.
And he's a little concerned, right? There's a chink in the armor to not know who your god is.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a holy crusader type.
Okay. So, Red Crow, I'm just going to move you scampering over here.
Yeah, I'm kind of skidding around, and I've got a rattle and a totem that looks like a stylized elk. I have no idea what these things mean, but I'm like shaking them at you guys, like, right, bro. We are all dead. This is the afterworld. We are finally here.
Well, that totally makes me smile. Then
I poke him in the chest.
mission accomplished.
Not afterworld.
He
Still alive.
he almost falls down. He's got a strength of 8.
Strength is your dump stat? Nice. Oh, jeez. So,
Who are you? Pointy
Who are you?
finger man. I'm Red Crow.
Red Crow. I'm Vargosh. Want to smash something?
I
Why am I
start
here?
backing away.
I'll back away too. I didn't even smash you. Sorry.
Okay. Now,
Why the hell am I here? Do I have my stuff with me? Do I have like a flask or a flagon, or I'm thirsty?
anything that would fit in the or anything that is in your starting set, like if you take a look on, I think it's page 128, is where the starting kits are. That's what you start with. For you, that's appropriate for your class.
I was going to ask you about that, but thanks.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what it is. And then anything that is anything that would fit in the tomb, that's with you.
All right.
Or in the tomb, the sarcophagus.
Has the metal man stopped glowing yet?
He has, yeah.
It was a brief glowing.
Okay, so I'll reach into my crypt and pull out this big, long, sort of slender bastard sword.
Nice. Okay.
And just got sort of tatters of studded leather all over me, but there's like clearly exposed pieces of flesh beneath it that are like strangely grayish blue.
Nice. Yeah, the way I'm seeing, like, Dampiers, I think they probably each have their own kind of way of clearly identifying themselves as, the scion of the undead. So you and Nargol don't necessarily, like, you would both have unnatural features, but not necessarily the same.
Right, we could be different subraces or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm very tall, but very slender.
Okay. So this unnaturally willowy tall woman gets herself ready. So what do you guys make of, like, Sagramore, the and Nargol? Like, you guys got out, you began exploring this cave, and the tomb. What's happened is that all this screaming and whatnot has sort of brought you back to the sarcophagus because you remember the panic that you were in when you found yourself in that situation. I guess Red Crow, Larissa, and Vargosh, it didn't really dawn on you that to ask whether Sagramore and Nargol, how they would happen to be out first.
You said when we got out, though, we did see tombs with their visage on the top, right?
You did, yeah.
Okay. Well, even though I'm a dum-dum, I will attribute that to they found themselves in the same situation as us.
Okay.
I can see that these guys are strong compared to me, so I'm just assuming they were able to get themselves out.
Okay.
But I'm not asking.
Now, what you guys see, there is right where Red Crow is standing. He sort of like scrambles back, shaking his little rattle, and your foot hits up against a crate, and there looks like there's a cloth sitting next to it that may have been sitting over it, and within the crate there is a variety of dried out and useless paints, a crowbar, a flint and steel, 3 common lamps, 2 hammers, 1 hooded lantern, 8 pints of oil, and a dented pewter mug.
I found something. Common item in the underworld.
Does anyone have any kind of like mason or anything like that as a secondary skill?
Nope.
No? Okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess less common sense would suggest that this may have been, tools that were used by someone before. Wood mason, yeah. Okay, so what are you guys going to do?
I'm waiting to see what Sagamore is doing because he let me out. I don't know what's going on.
So I sniff around. You said that there was a smell of like fresh earth.
That's because there was earth that you were buried with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that was like lays.
That's bonus. I should get some sort of bonus for that.
So the ceiling in here, guys, the ceiling is sort of like a slowly arched, kind of arched up into the center, and there are kind of like rafters or stylized stone rafters that run up almost like ribs to the center at the top of the tomb. Like those of you with any kind of religious training would know that there is a sort of an intent of sanctity that seems to be behind this tomb. Those of you who are literate can see that same, on the door that lies. Vargosh, you're getting a little close there. You can see that on the door that leads from here out into this brightly lit room over here. That's where you can see that. Not that thing. That's you. Where you can see the door relief. That's on the bottom of the door. Some big mustachioed human.
We don't remember any. Like, since we don't remember anything, do we like not remember past experiences or?
Nope. No, so like, because I mean, if what you mean is you're trying to search, like, have I seen this face before?
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just that, like, so, like, even though we might be religious or not, we don't remember it. We have no context whatsoever for any of this, right?
No, there's a weird. I mean, for guys like Sagramore, there is a weird emotional connection to some of the stuff. Like he has not. I don't think he's talking about this, but there's a strange mixture of emotions that he gets from this guy's face, which he now recognizes as someone named Roslar. And it's a mixture of pride and affection mixed with like disappointment and shame to a degree. Yeah,
we don't feel a sort of a uncomfortable sensation or anything from being. Like, I sense, like, out of character, I sense that, like, it's almost like we're in the crypts beneath a cathedral or something, right? But yeah, we don't feel, but there's no sensation that...
No, the air is quite still down here. There's no noise that seems to be coming from anywhere. It's each step that you guys take seems to echo off way outside that hall and way down the hallway.
Well, no good will come from us staying in here. It's time to make our way back to the surface. And I will, like, dance my way across the crypts towards where the orc man looks. I sort of look down at him.
Okay.
I don't know what to think. But I'm trying to put the corner of the wall between me and that terrible bright light in the next room.
Yeah. It's really, you can see that Nargul seems to share your ancestry, at least, or your parentage. And Nargul has pulled up this hood, this tattered kind of leather hood, to try and protect his eyes as best he can as he gets closer to that light as well.
Red Crow is going to turn to Sagamore and say, "Metal Man, what lies beyond the threshold of death?"
I know not that the threshold is of death, but there are strange magics at work here, and there seems to be but one way forward. Nargul and I have passed through the doorway and into the further chambers. We found a skeleton reanimated by some dread purpose or foul necromancies. And further on, there is even a large chamber that we were unable to explore before we heard the cries stemming from inside these sarcophagi that you were in. So I cannot say what lies any further than that.
Did you overcome this skeleton?
I beat the shit out of him.
Then I say we move on. I will follow you.
Okay. Awesome.
Told you, he's a weirdo.
Okay. So you guys can like slowly start moving yourself out if you like.
Is the light cast on something, or is it just?
Yeah, the lights on kind of the center of the vault in the
like
ceiling
a keystone
right
in
here.
the ceiling there. I think you could dismiss the. I mean, I'm not sure you would if you sort of spare a look out there, Larissa. You can see where that light is. It's not going to harm you, but it's just
It's torchlight, right?
light
spell. Let me look it up because I also don't remember how long it lasts.
Because is it not like just 20 feet?
1 hour is how long it lasts. Because it was 6 turns. It's not in daylight though. It's not near like it's not going to trigger. We're sort of just been role playing the discomfort that it has.
Yeah. Well, so I shield myself as I go by it.
Sure.
But I will like leap down and take the lead.
Okay.
And once I see that light that's coming in is magic from a magical source, I guess I'll turn back to the crate because you said there's a hooded lantern, I think.
Yep.
And some oil, and I have there's a tinderbox there. I have one as well, but I want a light hooded lantern to carry.
Sure. Let me see here.
Are we seeing the corpse or the shards of what's left of the skeleton?
Yeah, just give me a second to. I'm just going to quickly set the light up for. Oops.
Red Crow.
Just that way, you guys don't have to worry about me.
Also, doesn't just a minor thing? Doesn't Nargul have extra health for his familiar?
That's what the green bar is.
Oh, I
you
can't
guys,
see the
hold on,
green bar.
you guys may not be able to see that. And having everything, it's cool. They changed some of this stuff. Been more helpful if you didn't have to set everything to be. Whatever. I mean, if it didn't have it, I'd bitch about that too. So really, roll 20 can't win one way or the other. So why isn't it exactly the way I need it right now? You know? Fucking Madison, shut up. Okay, so as you guys step out into this room, so Larissa, this is the first time you've been out here. What you can see is that the room on the walls there is full of low shelves covered with rags and loose bones. And it looks as if someone has, in these alcoves in the wall where remains had been interred, they have been definitely disturbed. And there's very little that remains in any of them. And then right around where you're standing now, you find yourself standing and looking down at the shattered remains of a skeleton, a human skeleton. And it looks like, you are able to recognize enough about the signs of violence. And you can see that this was, basically pulverized.
Yeah, because I crushed it with my shield.
Yeah. And you see nothing.
Racial
profiling against undead.
Well, it attacked me first, so. Before we go any further, I think Sagamore, since he is a natural leader, of course, with that high charisma, is going to say, perhaps we should establish a marching order instead of rushing off all by ourselves. Did you introduce yourself, Greg? Or I don't remember if you said.
Not yet.
I didn't think so.
So I sort of like
Madame.
I turn my head sort of unnaturally, and I look back at him, and I'm like, "Well, I will lead, as I was born to." And I scamper off down the hallway.
All right.
There's no way I'm going behind the metal man just in case he lets off the like torch again.
Okay, good call.
Yeah.
So what you can see as you're making your way down the hallway, you move yourself up like another 2 squares there, Larissa. On your left, actually move yourself back up 1 more square. On that left, there, what you can see in that alcove, that is a series of stone shelves. And give me a D6 roll, please. The rest of you guys can move yourself forward if you'd like as well, or if you want her to take a point 2. Okay. So yeah, the stone shelves are mostly empty. There's some similar, broken detritus elsewhere. And just as a reminder, Steve-O, you picked up a bunch of stuff from that shelf last session.
Yep. Right.
Another reminder, your Bush League DM forgot to give you XP for that. So you and Sagramore will get XP from the items that you recovered there.
Cool.
Although I think I'm gonna. Oh, hold on. You haven't identified anything yet, though. So it's just useless. Yeah, never mind. You get squat. As a reminder, everyone does start with a point of astonishing fortune, and Red Crow, because you are human, you have 2 points.
I wanted to be a human because I always need astonishing fortune. Apparently,
Yeah.
the way that I play.
We don't have generous viewers. Save it from our
Wait, can I give charity for our own game that we're?
Yeah, like didn't George donate to create a character for the campaign?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Because Jeff was begging for it. He's like, "You gotta save us. He's gonna kill
maybe
us."
we need to call on somebody.
I'm gonna call Jeff.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's on vacation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Jeff, can you make a donation quick, please? We need to know.
He's a madman. He's gonna kill us all. He's got a Hydra. Oh man, that Hydra was fucking awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are slowly moving forward. Nargle, are you sticking back for a reason or what? Is there a method to your undead madness?
He is being defensive. He likes to hide in the shadows.
Okay.
Steve's AKA Steve's eating chips.
No, is he okay? I can't see him on Roll20. Shut up, Kevin. He dipped. Okay, so then, Larissa, what you see before you is, let's see how far you can see. I'm gonna quickly do the old trick here. Okay, wow, you can see lots of stuff in here. Okay, so here's what you see, Larissa. Your impending doom. No. Well, maybe. So this.
You can't kill me. I'm already dead.
That's fair.
Well, as Miracle Max it tells me, there's a difference between completely dead and mostly dead. So
That's a good thing I have 8 intelligence. I'm unable to tell the difference.
So here's what you see. The marble walls of this large hall are carved with several images of battle. And each features a knight astride a lean horse. The knight wears no helmet and has long hair and a wide mustache. And you would think that it marks or matches that relief that you saw in that first door. And he's charging at undead horrors with a rapier in each hand. 2 halls lead out of the, let's see here. So there's a hall down here that leads out down to the south that seems to angle away in the sort of same kind of angle, but at the opposite side, away down to the south. And then there are 3 large archways that lead out of this room. You can see all the way over here, right? To this one?
Yes, I can see
okay.
the corner of a crypt.
Yeah. Okay. So what you can see there, there is writing over each of these. Over the one to the east there is the writing, or there are the words Roslar, hero and paladin at his well-earned rest. At the south crypt here, there is the writing, Loyal Abdel, support thy master always. That's what you had read before, Sagramore. And you're guessing from the design of the room, are you going to poke your head in a little more?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, well, actually, before you do, hold on. Let me give you one more bit of information. Right in the middle of this hallway, there is a sprawled, human-sized metal figure that appears to be a skeleton. So it's as if it was, if you carefully wrought metal into a shape and hung those pieces together, it would look like a human skeleton. And then imagine that thing being shattered and scoured with acid. And that's what lies right around here, right in the middle of the room. The head itself, yeah, that's totally fine, Dave. The switch is totally good. So yeah, and then the face, you can see where the remnants of the skull are as well too, and it seems more angled, and it's all that like dull, cast iron kind of material. It's got a dull, oily kind of look to the surface, and it seems like a overly lean skull. It's not like the only reason you can judge it's a skeleton is because like there's a bit of an arm or what would be shaped in the shape of an arm, and there's a skull, but it's all scattered in bits and scoured with acid pockmarks on it. Sagramore, you can move yourself she seems to be taking in this room, so you would have time to get up there and you could likely see the same thing.
Yeah, I'll move up to here.
Okay, so now from there, guys, Vargosh, you can move up. Nargle, you can move up. And then what I'd like, okay, guys, now, who's going to be...
surprise, roll for initiative?
Yeah, who's going to be rolling for surprise, and who is going to be rolling for initiative? We can go, why don't we start at the opposite ends and work our way across? Why don't we do that? That'll be fun.
I like it.
And... bring it out of retirement. It's my giant initiative dice. They are so big and loud and unwieldy. I don't think I successfully kept it in a tray once when I was rolling for initiative at the marathon. And I will not, however, I've got my giant D20 up there as well, too. I don't know if I showed you guys this fucking thing, but look at this monster. Wow.
Well, I thought you were going to tell me you had one of those big plush ones. You were just going to roll it across the front room and chase after it. It was a 15.
I wanted something that could be used as a small weapon. This strikes me as a 1d2, 1d3 damage.
That is a shoplifting accoster.
Exactly. Oh, man.
Somebody in our live game in Calgary brought a giant D20 that was like on about the size of a golf ball or so. And when you rolled a 20, it flashed red.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so then let's say, Arlen, you are in charge of surprise. Nargle, you are in charge of initiative, but don't roll initiative just yet. Yep. Now, because of the keen senses of Vargosh. Oh, no, Vargosh is a fighter. That's right. Nobody gives benefits or bonuses to surprise, right? I don't think no rangers, no barbarians, no scouts, no. Okay. Do huntsmen give a bonus as well? You are not surprised.
But I got a 5, so.
Awesome. Okay, you're not surprised. So, guys, things are about to get nasty. So why don't we do this? Let's each, everyone declare your actions. And I'm trying to think who would not be familiar with this. Dave, you played with us last time, so I think you remember how to do the declare the actions, right? Look at that. What a fucking pro. Dave. Okay.
Now, you have to specify melee or range because range goes second, or
yes, because missile is second phase. It goes melee, missile, magic, move.
How large are these squares?
Squares are 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I should say that we should really add in, because this is kind of a gothic horror vibe too. We're adding in one more phase, and that's mommy.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, so everyone's who are we missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nargul, what are you doing this round?
Nargul is going to.
Steve never changed, man. I love it. Steve and I have known each other for about 10 years now, a little more.
I think 13.
13 years now. Yeah, geez. And every time it comes to Steve's turn, he sing-songs his character name. That's awesome.
That's great.
Oh, man. Makes my day. Okay.
I think he's.
Now, remember, you cast Magic Missile last round or last phase. You have not regained that yet. Actually, you can't see squat right now, I guess, anyway. So you might want to bear that in mind when you're declaring your actions.
I will hold an action.
Okay, so what you can do is then put hold and then maybe something else.
And move, I guess.
Okay, so then hit hold / move. And then, Steve, you need to beat my... Big boy doesn't let me down. You need to beat my 6.
Oh, man.
Here goes. I got full faith. Steve, your illustrious time ruling as initiative roller has come to an end. So, Dave, you'll be rolling initiative next round. Okay, so then first up, guys, is the adversary. So here's what comes shambling out from around the corner here. There is this. Now, Sagramore, you've seen something like this before, but something comes jerkily moving from around the this alcove to your left, Larissa. But it is moving in spite of its kind of herky-jerky movement. It is moving very quickly, like as quickly as a living creature. And now, if you think I'm just filling up description while I find that monster, because I forgot if I can do it.
Sorry.
Again, I would say that you played with me before. Okay, so let's see here. Excellent. All right, so this thing comes shambling out, and guys, this is the horror that comes intent on reaching you from behind the corner.
Oh my God, Cousin Pete.
Let's see here.
Looks like someone like Scaff.
Oh, actually, he can't move and attack. He's got to move on the move phase. Now, how about this? How about? Ooh. Oh, be on the move phase. All right, so I only got one attacking. What is your melee AC? 2. Dos. Okay. Dos. Let's see what happens here. First attack roll is a 5. I miss. So this thing comes in. This is not, I guess, you would think, you can't remember it, but you would think that your lack of being caught flat-footed would suggest this is not the first time you have walked with the Walking Dead. This thing comes in at you, and you keep yourself back. That was melee. Let's see who else has declared melee. Nobody. So then on to missile. Red Crow, can you see that thing?
I can actually see it. I don't know if that's just a mistake, but I do see it.
Boom. No, you can see half. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it cover, and it's engaged with one of your allies, so it's gonna have.
Right.
So effectively, it's gonna have +4 to its AC.
But I just can't recall the rules. 1 to 3, I might hit my.
1 to
That's
3,
right.
you might hit Larissa. Yeah.
Yeah. First blood to the heroes.
I know. He's not. He wants the heroes to stick around to, He's a.
You know what else I think? Not only is Sagramore brave, I think Arlen is brave because he knows what happens when you stand next to a berserker.
I was trying to get away from you guys. You wanted me to stay with the party.
Sagramore's not going to let anybody run off by themselves.
Yeah. So Kev, tell me what I can do here. I basically want to not let this arrow loose. Do I have to let it loose?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
So I'm kind of swing around. I just barely catch side of it.
Yeah.
You know, on the corner, and I can't. The way Larissa's moving and it's moving, I can't quite get a beat on it, so I just sort of lower my.
Now your rate of fire is a 1 anyway, right?
Yeah.
Just speaking mechanically, I think you can move and fire. It's just that you can't shoot again, right? Missile 1/1. You could change your action to move and then fire.
Okay.
Move and then missile. You'll take because you're because you're changing your action. It'll be -2, but I mean, like you're already. It'll be the same penalty from the weird angle. So if instead you want to scramble past Sagramore, go nuts.
I'll go over to here. That's 5, 10, 15, yeah. You hear the rattle. I run.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's see here. That was the only missile we've got. Move. Anybody who wants to move who's a hero? Oh no, actually, you guys lost initiative. Hold up. I'll move with the bad guys first.
They're teleporting in.
And then
That one.
yes. I don't know why I made that face. That was far too much effort to do that. Like if you saw the loading bar or the CPU of my head, it's like 85% used for making clip clop sounds. Good Lord. Okay, so then move for the heroes.
Right here. Into it.
Nice. To intercept the thing. Now, guys, let's see what that thing looks like. I really probably should have just done that instead of my clip clop thing. This is what you see, guys.
Ew, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Complete with that nasty thing
Ow.
sitting inside its rib cage.
Oh, that's creepy.
Red Crow, you've been talking a lot about this being the afterlife and the other world and whatnot. Give me a D6 roll.
Yeah. Okay. I still think it is. 5.
5 is not going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So then, has everybody moved who wants to move? Vargosh, you haven't done. You declared move as well. I think, yeah. Oh, now Vargosh, remember you can only move half your move for this first phase.
Right. So 30. And these are.
No, 30 is 15. So 1,
Right,
2,
sorry,
yeah.
half.
That's okay. That goddamn summoner, or what do you call it? That vampire got in your way. Okay. Now you can still make another half move and attack, though, so you don't need to worry about that. All right. So then we're on to phase 2, guys. Melee. Bad guys go first. So this horse comes charging in towards you. You're ready to meet this horrific, grave charge from this thing. Oh, fucking. Well, where you just started cracking up in that 20s, guys. Boom. And I rolled a 5 for the crit. Times 2 damage. Okay. So, and this thing crashes into you. You take 8 points of damage, Sagramore.
-1
Whoa.
for DR, right? So
-1, so 7 in total. Yep.
Wow.
okay.
Okay, and then let's see here. We've got. Let's see here. I'm going to do evens and odds. Oh, no, because we got the big blazing holy creature there. It knows what it wants to hit. What's your AC?
Sagramore?
Yes.
It's 5 or 4 if this thing counts as evil.
It does count. It does not count as evil.
Does not count as evil. Okay.
Nope. Sorry, you said 5?
5.
5. And
Is
so this
someone going
comes
to
in. Had you not moved, this thing would have hammered you. But because this giant, skeletal horse slammed into you, it threw out of the way so this thing does not get to you. And I think that they've actually blocked off the other one from getting to you guys, so it actually needs to reposition. Okay, that is all the melee for the these creatures, the skeletal things. Oh, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. There's one more. One, 2, You know, why should I do this myself? Let's see. Who feels lucky here? Let's have Greg. Give me a D6 roll, please. 2. Interesting. Okay. This drops and something starts skittering across the ground and gets right here. Now, this is about the size of like a Cocker Spaniel, guys. And this is what it looks like.
Just the thing that dropped out of the rib cage of the horse?
No, it didn't drop out of the horse. This is something that dropped from somewhere on the wall and came skittering forward. And this slavering, you can see, Sagramore, you spare a look down, and as this thing is making its way towards you, you can see there's like steam coming up from the surface of the stone floor, from where its like drool hits the ground, and its little mandibles come chomping in towards you. Okay, it hits. You will be able to apply. You will be able to apply DR against both of these. Okay, so you take. This is after the DR. You take 2 points of damage from this thing biting you, and you can see that there's like steam coming off of the like, think, you know, aliens. Steam coming off of your armor, but it hasn't actually pierced through to your flesh. You shake it off, and it doesn't get all the way through. Okay, now melee, you guys, I'm done. No more going back and
Sagramore, he's gonna shout, "They're vulnerable to blunt attacks," because he remembers.
Good call. Yeah.
And then he's gonna use his new special mace.
Nice.
And
remember, +1 to hit with it.
+1 to hit. Yep, I already set that up.
Okay, great.
I'll make that +3 because I'm going to cast True Strike on you.
Oh, but you have to.
Right.
Magic comes afterwards.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay, so he's gonna attack this one that's in front of him, not the horse.
Okay.
The humanoid.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's not gonna do it.
No, I think you're thrown off, you know, with the sheer number of things that are in there. It's a wild swing out. Who else wants to attack in the second phase?
Well, I think it might be that time.
Nice. Here it comes. Or are you going berserk?
So I like my eyes kind of roll back in my head.
Do you take on more vampiric characteristics when you berserk?
Absolutely.
I love it.
So
all right.
I lay into the.
Yeah, so you'll have 2 attacks this round then.
I get 2 attacks this round.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Okay. So here we go.
And what are you using? A bastard sword?
I am using a bastard sword.
Okay. Whoa! All right. So that first one, you slash out, and it's a fucking solid hit. As I described with Sagramore last time, this is something that would have for sure fallen a man. But the sword just does not, you know, there's not enough there to really get purchase on. So you swing back again, and go ahead. Oh, and it is shattered. Its remnants skitter down. But then you see from within the ruins, it goes back like 1 square. And as it falls, another of those bone bugs drops out from within. Okay. Larissa has gone. Who wants to go next? We've got...
I use half my movement to move into the gap.
Okay, yep.
And can you... So how do you want to change my hit points?
What we did is we create a blue bar. So if you track...
you get half your constitution.
I get an extra 9 hit points.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay, so...
Nice.
Let's see here. Here we go. 9 of 9. Save. There you go.
Okay.
Let's hear. Vargosh, did you just declare an attack as well or not?
Yeah, I was moving melee.
Nice. Okay, so you go ahead, Vargosh. So you can move.
Smack?
Definitely. Give him shit. Yeah. This is a lesser foe as well. So you would have doubled attack rate against this. So that is unfortunately
it's an F cucking sword, is it?
yeah.
Yes.
I think but they've all been named that way. It's specifically named that way. Okay,
Maybe if I
jeez.
correct the spelling, it'll roll better.
Yeah, really. Okay,
Let's
so
try correct spelling next time around and see what
two
happens.
wild swings, and unfortunately, you cannot connect. I think because it's just such a furious melee around here, and you've got this screaming, vampiric woman, screaming and swinging her bastard sword around. All right. I think that is it for
You
melee.
could almost call me a banshee.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, actually, that's awesome. That's really what you should call your class. Is Banshee instead of Berserker.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is Missile. So Red Crow, did you want to?
Yeah, I want to try to hit that one in the back.
Yeah.
All the way in the back.
Nargle, you'll be up next. Magic is the third phase. Or third segment in phase 2.
And just remember, this is going to be at -2, so I'm going to do 2 worse on the AC when I roll this.
Oh, but that is
Not
definitely
bad.
good enough. What is it you're using?
Short bow, so it's piercing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, and what were you shooting?
The one all the way in the back.
This one here? The sucker over here?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah, great. Okay. So, phew, your arrow flies out, and again, like you sort of catch it right in the eye, and it blows the back of the skull out. But it's just still shambling. So next up is Magic. Nargol, what do you want to do?
I will cast 2 Strike on Sagramore.
Nice. So what does that do again?
Gives you a +2 on all your attack rolls for the duration of my concentration.
Now, Steve, that is some pretty fucking smart play because next round will be round 2 where everyone gets the more beneficial attack rate.
Well, except I'm using a mace, which I'm not skilled in, so I only get 1. Unless, could I be skilled in my shield and bash him with the shield?
Unless you took a weapon mastery in it. Nope.
Well, I mean, because I have weapon mastery of my sword. Surely with my sword and shield, I know how to use the 2 of them together. No? Okay.
Good try. Good try.
I think we ought to have come with free mastery.
I appreciate the effort.
Since it only does 1d2 damage anyway.
Okay, so then that is, I think everyone is gone for that second phase. And, we got movement. So we got one more. It's making its way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. Boom. All right. So that is the end of that round, guys. This is now to have everyone declare their actions. And then once everyone's declared their actions, Dave, you'll see.
A question about mechanics.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the hovering over my roll, and I'm wondering which numbers it's incorporating. So the first number is.
So first number is you rolled. Let's see here. You rolled a 6 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. What is the?
Is that pulling from your weapon mastery, your attack roll, and the attack modifier in your attribute?
Hold up. Let's see how you set up your character sheet.
So that is something I did notice. It automatically is pulling my strength bonus and my mastery bonus and adding it so that I had to change my attack modifier to nothing.
Oh yeah,
It's not doing your mastery bonus automatically. It's
It
just
was.
doing. No, because there's no space for it. It's doing your fighting ability.
Yeah.
So it does your attack modifier from strength or dex. It does your fighting ability, and then it does whatever the attack mod is specifically on the weapon listing itself under melee weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, so is fighting ability 1 give you?
So fighting ability 1 gives you just +1 to hit everything with everything. If you have weapon mastery, you need to put attack mod 1 for your weapon.
Yeah.
And with rage, it should be like attack mod 3 because I think you get +2 to hit and +2 damage.
So if you mouse over my result from last time, right? It shows 2d6 plus 3 plus 1.
So
for
that
the damage.
fighting ability is like your basic proficiency.
Yeah.
Let's
So like
see.
it's adding 1 from my strength, I would guess, right?
Probably. Is your strength bonus to damage 1?
It is.
Okay. So yes, it's already adding the strength.
Yeah. So you might want to
and then
reduce
it's
that by
adding
1.
No, because the 3 is correct because it's 1 for weapon mastery and 2 for rage, right? So it's
for the
+3
raging
to
one. Yeah.
damage.
Yeah. Forgive me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So no, I think you're good.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense, Dave?
Yeah, kind of. I think I had too much I think I had too many points in the attack modifier on my weapon.
Yeah.
So
I changed that. I just bumped it down to what it should be, +1.
so the fell-handed gives me a +1.
Oh, it does. Yeah, with melee. Sorry, that's right. So it'll be +2.
So +2 there, plus my fighting ability, plus the attack modifier and damage from my strength, and just leave it as that.
Right. So, but you don't include in your attack mod under your weapon combat. You don't include that. That will automatically, the fighting ability will automatically be included.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, guys, let's declare some actiones, and or have you guys already done that? Let's see here. Magic and hold.
Everybody but Dave.
Melee. So, Larissa, are you splitting your attacks across 2 things? Remember, if you guys are declaring melee, that means I'm attacking once on the first phase, once on the second phase. You can do.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
I thought
you get like 3, right, for rage.
Yeah.
Because you're 5'2".
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah. So you can do melee times 3 hold instead of melee.
Oh, so I can do all 3 in the first phase.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can choose to.
Same for you, Vargosh. You can do melee 2 hold instead of melee.
So I can do that, right?
And even you could
move.
You could hold or move, half move.
Yeah, you can always half move.
Do whatever you want in a second.
Yeah.
The only things that are affected by really are affected by move is if you're doing missile, your rate of attack goes down to 1. Rate of fire goes down to 1. If you are casting a spell, you can't move after casting a spell. Right.
Is there a reason why the sheet would prevent me from adding a second weapon mastery?
No, you should be able to do that. You might need to click on it twice.
Just the sheets kind of take a minute to update sometimes, but that's
All right.
There you go. Which one do you want?
Well, I had put Great Hammer and Bastard Sword in the same slot just because every time I tried to add Great Hammer, it would go away.
Oh yeah, it is going away. What's going on here?
I've had that glitch before.
Yeah.
Did you just close on the sheet and?
Yeah, and then open it up again and see if it works.
I've closed and opened my sheet like 3 or 4 times. It's not a big deal. I'll just leave it in that one slot.
Yeah, we've got it listed there, so that's
Because the Great Hammer would be the one I chose from the Mercenary extra weapon mastery.
Yeah. What's the extra one? Sorry.
The Mercenary background gives you an extra weapon mastery.
Yeah, so you should have 3 in total.
Oh.
Yeah, because fighters get 2.
Well then.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Okay.
I'm going to choose crossbow, even though I have a short bow, because eventually I'm going to get a crossbow and shoot the shit out of things.
Nice. Cool. Nargul, what are you doing this round? You haven't declared.
He put magic, actually.
No, that was from before.
But yeah, that was.
I put it twice.
Oh, you did it again. I'm sorry, Steve. No, I can't read. But what are you doing for the second phase? Just nothing? Hold?
And then I will.
That's for the first phase you're doing that? Yeah, okay. So if you take a look at how everyone else is entering it there with like 1/2, that's how I prefer, just so that way everyone we're all doing it the same way, and I know when we can let Dave roll initiative. Dave, you need to beat my 4.
Come on, Dave.
You can do it.
You can do it. Oh
boy.
So
I hope that the undead hate the raging vampire more than they hate the paladin.
So I'd like everyone to meet the new initiative roller, Greg. So then notice here. First up is melee, and unfortunately, these are all melee. So let's go with the biggest and scariest thing first. This skeletal horse in this eerie kind of you can picture these things are all kind of clip-clopping around and making no noise. Like I'm making my zombie sound because I'm physically incapable of moving a token without making sounds. But this thing, kind of rears up and tries to kick at you again there. Sagramore, here we go. So we've talked about backup characters before.
We have talked about backup characters before. I still have a point of astonishing fortune. Did he hit?
He did not. Before. So he rears up. You are ready this time. Do you have your shield out right now?
Yeah. I have a large shield.
Nice. So bam, this thing hits up against the shield.
I don't know.
Knocks you back. Let's see that other one that is engaged with you. Oh, it hits. It hits. Damage. Damage is only by its claws. Come on, armor. Don't fail you now. 3 points. -1 for the DR. 2 points.
2 points. 2 points would put me at 0. So I think I need to use my astonishing fortune to have
To
my
negate-
armor be remarkably more effective against
Nice.
that.
How about this? Can I spend my point to interject myself in the attack?
Yes, absolutely. So
Yeah.
as you're flailing around, you see this thing is
Cool.
about to fucking nail him right in the neck, and you jostle this thing, throwing your whole body weight into it.
And
It
three-
misses. Whoa.
3
And you-
points
there's
of
this-
damage?
No, you don't take damage at all. If you're spending an Astonishing Fortune, it negates the damage.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Well, I should
I mean-
take something, shouldn't I? Because I'm
No.
spending it because it's not
No.
even my turn.
No, but
No.
you're
Yeah.
spending, which means that you do not have one now,
Okay.
and you're at the mercy of an old school.
Well, whatever. That I'm less
Still.
concerned about.
That was awesome, though. Okay, so then
Yeah, that's
let's see here. That we'll do this in real sort of. You can picture that the thing you destroyed hits the ground, and it kind of the bug kind of skitters onto its feet, and then starts skittering right towards you. It's acid filled maw slamming into you, and let's see if it actually gets you there, Larissa. A nat 1. It does not get you. Okay, we've got one other. Oh, bug. All right, so the bone bug is going to try and bite Sagramore.
Yep.
Come on. I just rolled a 4. Again, I rolled the same 4.
All right.
All right, so you're keeping yourself safe, keeping these things at a distance. And then one, unfortunately, boom, 1, 2. Positions itself in right here. Now, I'm going to let the dice decide. Does it go for the... No, I can't because you're the fucking glowing... What do you call it? It's radiant being.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely going to go for me.
Come on. Oh, what's your AC again?
My AC is 5, unless it's evil.
It is not. Is that 5? Hold on. You're wearing scale, aren't you?
Yeah.
And your shield gives you plus
large
1.
shield.
Yeah, large
Yeah.
shield. So
Scale
what
is 6.
Oh,
Large
scale
shield
is
is
6.
large shield is only plus 1. For
Okay,
melee.
so
It's plus 2 for ranged.
it is still barely enough. You throw your shield around and bam! This one keeps away from you too. It's it is so close to have actually you can feel it kind of tugging at your shield, and you pull the shield back. It does not hit you though. I think that is all of those things, guys. Any heroes with melee?
Maybe.
Oh, now you
Man.
double attacks this round. You got the more favorable thing, so you'll have 30 attacks this round.
Yeah.
Vargosh. Oh shit!
Whoa.
So even though this is doing edge damage, which is halved against these things, you still fucking annihilate this skeleton. Well, how does it look, Vargosh?
Well, he swings wide with that first one, and then gets really freaking angry and grits his teeth and just comes straight down the middle and crushes it.
Yeah, boom. All right.
His
So
sword's not the sharpest, so it didn't really slice it so much as clobber it with a giant blade.
yeah. Okay, so as it falls in a heap, you see kind of falling out from within that another bone bug. Okay, then, let's see here. Who wants to go next? We got Larissa, we got Sagramore, and melee.
I can go next. I will attack the bone bug to my right,
Okay.
for starters. So
Oh, that hits. And I think it's actually enough to kill it. Let's see. AC4. Oh, AC4 is good enough. Okay. So you slam. What does it look like as you carve into this thing?
oh, I mean, it just splatters, right? I just drive my bastard sword down on it,
Yeah.
and it just. And now there's 2.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay.
Then I attack the one between me and Sagramore.
Okay. Yeah. Whoa, another one squooshed. So this thing was barely trying to reorient itself. Its little red eyes and smooshed. One more attack in your whirling fury.
So I only get to move half, right?
That is right. Yeah.
3, 4. Okay. So I have 40 feet of movement because I don't wear armor, right?
Yep.
So I move 4 squares, and I am going to plop.
Now there is a thing as a tax of opportunity in this. Did you would you have to have been moved adjacent to that skeletal horse?
So do I have provoke attacks by moving within its area of control, or?
Well,
I haven't left it yet, right?
Yeah, but I don't really rule it that way. It's kind of like any movement that's let's see here.
Well, that's fine. I can put myself here.
Well, let me see here. I'm gonna see what it says, and then we'll interpret from there, because it's rulings over rules around these parts. I'll see what it was phrased as. It's one of these things that there's not an actual rule for it. There's just a modifier that has a footnote that tells you that there's a tax opportunity in the game. Okay, it says no, I'm going to say flees is if you move out of melee. So if you're moving around that, that's fine.
Okay, I'll put myself there, and I will spork the bone bug. So
okay, nice. Oh, good call.
It apparently has acid, so
yeah, those things are nasty. What's 6 on it? Oh man!
Now, so my question is, do I get a bonus to my attack from being behind it?
No, you need 3 people engaged with it to get the flanking bonus. Oh,
Okay.
And well, hold on. There is a rear. There's a bonus.
Yeah,
attack
there's
from the
a rear attack. Melee attacks from the rear position gain +2 attack bonuses.
Yeah, then that is enough, because that actually would have missed it. So what? This is a fucking max damage. What does it look like as this thing gets squished?
Well, so I drive my sword through it, and then put my foot up and just draw the blade back as it falls on the floor.
Awesome. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Right. So that is Larissa is a fucking whirlwind of her and her sword is smoking with acid. At the end of the thing. What do you call it? Who wants to go next? We got I think Sagramore. You still have melee attacks, right?
Yeah, I've got 1 melee attack with my footman's mace.
Go.
That's actually an AC 9, but I don't think that's enough to actually hit.
That is not new. No.
Oh, and don't forget the +2, right?
Yeah, but that's still AC 9.
All right.
Hold on. What were you attacking?
The
skeletal horse?
I'm protecting. No, I'm hitting this one to protect Nargle.
Yes, you will get a flanking bonus against that too, because there's 3 of you engaged with it.
Okay.
Right, because Nargle is
AC 8.
AC 8 is still not. Oof. Is there another +1 you can squeeze out of it? Anything you forgot? You got flanking. You got the bonus from True Strike. Shit, so you're so close to hitting this thing.
Yeah,
and it just is not quite good enough.
I don't think there's anything that I can get. I don't even get like a bonus to hit evil things, and it's not evil. So nope, I think I miss.
Okay. All right, so I think that all of our heroes have gone in melee, which means we go to missile. Anyone got missile on first phase? Nope. How about magic on the first phase?
I think Steve and I.
Yep.
Nargul, what are you doing?
Nargul is now going to cast True Strike again, but this time on Vargosh.
Nice. So what does your True Strike look like? What's the physical manifestation we see of it?
All right, so he sort of starts trembling, and his body kind of shakes, and his eyes sort of roll up a little bit.
Yeah.
And steam starts coming out of his mouth.
Who on Vargosh or you?
Me.
Okay, no. What does it look like as it manifests on Vargosh?
Oh, on Vargosh.
Is it just steam? Is like steam coming to your mouth and steam is sort of forming up around Vargosh?
I like that. Go with that.
Okay, cool. So Vargosh, you're like, and you can feel yourself energized. +2 to hit, baby. All right, so then
and then
Red Crow, you got
Crow,
magic? Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah. So casting a spell, and so I drop my short bow, and I start shaking the rattle, and I've got this totem of the elk in my other hand. And I don't even really know what I'm doing exactly. I just feel like I need to do this. And suddenly, out of the totem comes this swirl of a kind of spiritual, ghostly energy that forms into an elk, and it stampedes and hits every one of my companions. And you kind of feel it hit you, and like you feel like empowered with energy, and you're all going to get a bunch of things. But what's important right now is +1 to attacks. Is a blessed spell.
Nice.
And it's going to last
of the Elk Tribe.
It's going to exactly. It's going to last for 30 minutes. So
pretty awesome. Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's great.
Okay.
The steam coming out of Nurgle's mouth, and it's like, dude, are you like trying to be Merlin or what the hell?
He's calling the dragon.
Oh, that's
Calling the
great.
dragon.
Okay. Let's see here. As this is going on, let's hear. Magic's done. Melee's done. Anyone have anything interesting happening on phase 2? We've got hold. No, I don't think anything's happening on phase 2 apart from one thing. First, at the end of phase 1, you can hear the sound of something and moving across from this direction. And it sounds kind of like a clattering of bone, I think, of it being dragged across the surface. And what you see moving towards you, and this is about the size of like a large dog. So it's probably at the peak of where its head is, it's probably about 2.5, 3 feet up. And guys, this is what comes charging towards you.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it puts it to there. And then phase 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. End of the turn. Okay, so guys, let's declare actions. Now, we did not talk. Oh, you didn't identify anything. Oh, last round. I feel like someone should have taken Detect Magic.
I have it.
Oh, do you? Okay. Because
I've got it once per day.
Oh, George, well, I don't think I told you. So what I decided in like while we were on the vacation, because Identify is just, I think, is kind of stupid. You know, it's the only fun that comes from Detect Magic is if you think it's fun to penalize the players, you know, because that's the way it's always been. You know, I don't see. I think it actually takes the fun out of finding cool shit. If you're giving up the resource of one of your first level spells in order to do that, I'm going to let Detect Magic identify items as well.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Because
just to be fair, I got that from my archetype.
From the Detect Magic? Oh, yeah, right. You got that ability, right.
So it's not taking up a spell slot. Once per day.
Oh, once per day. Oh, great. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, that's awesome then.
Okay.
Because that's like, honestly, where it strips the fun, and I can't justify giving XP when you don't know what the hell you've got either. So,
yeah, that's true.
You know, like rather than just, I'm not sure what is the fun and challenge and whatnot that comes from having to do that, do nothing. The rest of the party does nothing while they wait for you to recover from, you know, like.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
It's like the end of Last Crusade. He chose poorly.
Exactly.
Okay, so we got, let's hear.
Awesome.
Let's see here. So Larissa's declared. We need Nargul.
So I have a question. I have,
of course,
Healing Hands ability, so I can heal for 2 HP. Can I do melee heal?
Magic. That's a magic ability.
Yeah. Okay. So, but can I do melee magic? Magic second phase?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. You got to use that. That's your whole thing.
Okay. Can I do hold magic so that I don't lose the magic if I get hit? Well, I mean,
no, you can't, because you can really do like magic. This is the risk reward with magic.
Yep.
Magic's pretty fucking cool.
Yep.
But hold on, yours. I don't think yours is interrupted though. It's not a spell. It's
yeah.
Only...
Well, it's however it works. I would I lose it if I get hit?
No. Okay. It's not with your ability. Spells do, but like using magic items, you don't lose it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I think we looked this up recently, and
I used it. As a paladin.
Yeah, right. So yeah, no, you don't. As an ability, you don't. If you're hurt, you don't lose that action.
Okay, well then I am going to just do magic.
Okay. So we got. I think everyone is. Oh, Vargosh. What are you doing this round? This is this is round 3. So you guys are on the lesser attack rate.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the bone cobra there. That thing is
not a lesser foe.
It is not a lesser foe.
No. So, so there's no like 5-foot step in this one, right? So if I wanted to move to the horsey thing or the
remember, you can
you can half move with your melee.
Yeah, you can always half move with your melee.
So I could put melee down, and in half move and melee the horse thing, and if the snake's not close enough, I can half move and melee the snake in phase 2.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
If you have, you only have 1 attack though, right?
You also, yeah, you only have 1 attack this round.
Except that I'm using a. Doesn't weapon mastery grant me?
Weapon mastery gets you to 3/2, so you get 2 attacks on even rounds.
Right. That was last round.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. Once you declare their Vargosh, and you don't long have to declare targets beforehand either. Like you could like just see whether you take the skeletal horse down or not. Oh.
Rolling initiative.
I just want Vargosh is just declaring his action, and then you you need to beat my. I won.
Nice. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so let's see here. The Skellies are do not have a very high. Actually, they do. Did anyone take Dex as their dump stat? Anyone have a Dex of 12 or less?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so you guys.
Mine is I'm not doing melee, so it doesn't matter. I'm doing magic.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah. Okay,
so then, all right. Then, okay, so then the one thing, the bone cobra does have a higher dex than you, Sagamore, so it will act. Oh, you're doing magic anyway. Never mind.
I'm doing magic anyway, so all the melee is going to get resolved before.
Okay, cool. So let's see here. So then we've got either Vargosh or Larissa. Who wants to go?
You can go first, Dave.
Okay.
And don't forget, everybody's getting +1 to attack rolls.
So do we just add 1 to our attack modifier?
We'll have to do it, Matt, like just in our heads.
Oh, because will the attack modifier add damage as well?
What do you mean?
On the character sheet, so where it says your attack mod?
Yeah.
So if you change it from mine was a 2, if I change it to a 3, will it not just give me a +1 to hit?
It would, yeah.
Yeah.
We typically just do it in our heads though, just because you're not that way. You're not changing your character sheet round to round.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can do it. To be honest, it doesn't matter one way or the other. Oh, Vargosh. So let's see here. So you got +1 to hit because of the. Here actually you got +3 to hit because you got +1 from the bless, and you got +3 from flanking that horse. So that brings it down to a 7. No, bring it down to a 6.
Yeah.
You know what, Dave?
Yeah.
It has an AC 6.
Nice.
Okay, let's see.
I did a max damage.
Oh boy. So yeah, that is. Oh man, you nearly destroy this thing with 1 fucking hit. Holy shit. Okay, but it is not down. Larissa, first round or first phase melee. You're up first.
I'm gonna spork the. I think we're just gonna end up creating a bunch of these bone things. Yeah, I will hit the guy behind me, the skeleton behind me from my first attack.
Yep.
Okay. Now I am wearing skeleton mask, so don't get confused.
Kill it! It's the small skeleton. Oh man!
Oh,
now
crit.
we get to see a crit. Awesome.
Awesome.
Give me a D6 roll, please. Let's see how you do.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, ×3 damage.
That's awesome.
Oh man! So how does this skelly go down?
Why? It's just missed.
Awesome. And did I?
That's great.
I turn my blade just as the impact is about to happen and making it a flat surface and just like clean right through the thing. It just disintegrates it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to scatter the bone bug over here. Boom. And
then I will use my second attack against the horse.
Awesome.
Nice.
That horse goes down too. Oh man.
And then I will use my movement. Well, after you put the bug down, I guess.
Boom. Bone bug will be right there. Yeah, I'll be right there. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So then it is let's see, Vargosh, what are you doing? Oh, you made your attack already. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is the bad guys on melee. Those two bone bugs. I'm gonna make a save for them and see whether they can attack this one. One can, one cannot. Now, is it the one that can attack the clothies, or is it the one that attacks the barbarian? Clothies. You guys want evens or odds? That's Red Crow and Nargul. You guys want evens or odds?
I got leather armor on. I will whatever.
What'd you say, Steve?
I said odds.
You did you? Yeah. This thing comes skittering towards you. Oh boy. Oh, what's your AC?
It is a whopping. Getting closer. AC is what is it?
I think it's a 9, isn't it? What is your? You can't wear armor. What's your dex?
My dex is 16.
Oh, okay. So you got +1 defensive. So you have a man. You're really the tank of the party with your AC of 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so this thing comes up and it just snaps, and you can see that like the trail of drool, acidic drool behind it. Yeah, it comes towards you. Matt, like these things, you can picture the some horrible mixture between like the alien face hugger and that Seti eel from Wrath of Khan. That's what's coming up towards you. Nice. But you manage to keep your distance, and you're like, whoa, go. It does not connect with you.
Right.
Now, that bone cobra, however.
Bone cobra.
It's going to try and bite our girl here. Let's see here. There's no way that hits. So I think this thing was like, it's rearing back to strike, and Larissa, you just fucking crash into this thing, and it just snaps up in the air and is not able to bring its teeth down into you. You can see there is some vicious liquid kind of squirting from its fangs as well. It does not seem like poison though. It seems horribly viscous, like some kind of like unguent of some kind. Okay, I think that is the end of phase 1. No, it isn't. That's the end of the melee in phase 1. We've got no missile in phase 1, so we're on to magic. Who wants to magic it up? Steve, go ahead.
I am going to cast Protection from Evil on Sagramore.
Oh, interesting. So what does Protection from Evil do?
+1 to AC, damage resistance, and saving throws. Against evil creature.
Interesting. Okay. What's the duration?
It is 1 hour.
Awesome. So Sagramore, you got the blessing. What does this look like? Because this is part of your archetype ability, right?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. So it's some kind of primal, hex of some kind that he's cast on you.
Right.
Not hex, but I guess blessing. So Sagramore, you benefit from protection from evil. We've got Sagramore and Red Crow casting magic as well.
Well, I'm going to do healing hands on myself.
This is the first time we've seen you cast healing hands. What does it look like?
Well, all of my magic is based on light and halos and stuff like that. So we see this kind of for the briefest of moments, it's as if this entire room is lit up by the noonday sun right over Sagramore's breast, where he is pressing his hand against his bleeding chest. You can see the wounds start to knit together, and then the light fades, and suddenly everyone is almost has that instinctive, rubbing their eyes because it was so bright for just a moment.
And the two Dampiers are like, ah!
The two Dampiers just feel awful. They're going to be out with migraines because of
really.
Well, and anybody else who's got dark vision, which is like infrared, be like, ah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I get 2 hit points back.
Nice. Okay. Every little bit helps.
For the next 2 rounds because we're all blind.
Okay, so let's see here. That was that. So then it's just Red Crow. What are you doing for magic?
So I'm going to cast Divine Guidance on Larissa, and how it manifests is you kind of feel the ground, Larissa, rumble beneath you. Although no one sees anything actually moving, but you just feel it, and then suddenly this bluish energy kind of erupts. And like in a pillar of cool bluish energy, this sort of spiritual ghostly energy, and it goes past you, but it stays in your eyes, and you feel like you can see better more quickly.
Red Crow, you know how this you can sort of. So I think what you feel is that your magics are manifesting more prominently and with much more show than they normally would.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's almost as if it's where, but normally to pierce through to the spirit world, it's like pushing up against hard like cloth or something. This now feels like parting fog.
Right, because we're in the spirit world. So, I knew it.
Yeah, I know we're all dead. Okay,
so Greg, that gives you another +1 to hit.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we decided they stack as well too. So if you guys, if it's different types of things, so if you get like the True Strike and that, then you can stack up the bonuses.
So currently from me, you've got +2.
Awesome.
Nice. Okay, so then we are on to move. I don't think anyone's got move, and that is the end of phase 1. Phase 2, melee on phase 2. The critters do not have any, so I think it's Larissa and Vargosh.
I don't think we do either.
No, I don't think I do.
Didn't you guys only make 1 attack the first round?
No.
Oh, you made your 2. Yeah, Vargosh. Oh, because you only got 1 this round.
Yeah,
Right?
So we're in the
Vargosh
even
did
turn,
one.
right?
Yeah, did you want to
the
move?
odd turn?
Do you want to reposition yourself, Vargosh? Yeah. Nice. Bone Cobra. Okay.
Bone Cobra.
Okay, so then let's see here. That is, I think that's it for everybody. All right, so then it is end of round 3. We're on round 4, guys. You get the more beneficial attack rates. Everyone declare your actions. And then, Greg, you are still rocking the initiative. That's what I'm rolling here.
So I have a rulings question.
Of course.
Sagramore is a skilled longsword user. If he has his longsword in his hand, can he make 2 essentially unarmed attacks by punching with it?
No, because that is not how he's trained to use the weapon. Nope.
Been playing a lot of Blade of the Iron Throne, and there's been a lot of punching people with sword hilts, but
that's pretty awesome. You can also jump and throw fireballs in Mario Brothers, but
I
you ain't doing it in this.
Fine. Sagramore will use his shield to bash then.
Okay. What you can do is, if what you want to use is the blunt edge, if that's kind of what you're getting at, just take a -2 to hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So one of the lessons I learned from the gaming marathon is that players are more likely to get themselves in trouble by giving them magic items. So I can't wait to make use of the. I think some of you guys knew this, but for my birthday, so my folks got me.
Nice!
Encyclopedia Magica.
Awesome.
From one of the stores, Game Night in Winnipeg, there, Dave.
Yeah, on Osborne.
Yeah. They had a what do you call it? They had these on sale.
Sweet.
Yeah, not on sale, but like available for purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So why is Arlen at a penalty for using the mace?
I'm not using the mace. I'm tossing the mace aside because
no,
it
but
fucking sucks because I
before-
keep rolling threes.
No, but you're not suffering a penalty for using it though, right?
No.
I'm not suffering a penalty for using it. I'm throwing the mace aside and using the blunt side of my sword.
Oh, okay.
He's just not doesn't have weapon mastery with it. Okay, so Greg. He's
Okay.
at 5.
Oh, okay. Cheats.
You can
That's
do
what I
it.
say.
You
Cheats.
can do it.
Here it comes.
Ah.
All right. Nargle, did you declare magic the first phase?
I certainly meant to.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's see if it's going to be interrupted.
All right. What do I do?
So hold on. You got a bone bug on you. Here it comes. Oh, yeah, that's a hit. Okay, was it a spell or a cantrip you were casting?
Cantrip.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so you lose the you're not gonna be able to. You lose the casting of a cantrip, but that's it. All right, so then you take, Steve-O. Let's see here. You take 2 points of regular damage,
Uh-oh.
and then here's the acid.
Oh, shit.
Oh, 6 points of acid damage.
Can
Oh,
I would like to use my astonishing fortune to prevent this strike from hitting Nargul.
Yeah. So if you're using it, what is it? What happens to get him out of the way?
So Sagramore, you can see he's dropping this mace because it sucks because I keep rolling threes.
Yeah.
And his gauntleted fist comes around Nargul's shoulders and just yanks him backwards because Sagramore is a big burly dude and pulls him right out of the way as this thing's tendrils sweep around and are about to grab hold of Nargul.
So then, let's do this.
he's actually over here now.
Was that?
He's actually over here now. He's been tossing. He's
Yeah.
spinning in circles, bouncing off the wall.
Where is the? Let's see here. What's in? I'm actually just going to use the concentration. So, Steve, I will give you a chance because he spent normally anything that interrupts you lose the spell, but because Arlen spent a point of astonishing fortune, would you give me a 3d6 check, please?
3d6.
Yeah, and I'm going to add 6 to that roll. You want to roll under your intelligence. Oh, nice! You can still get your cantrip off.
Oh, awesome.
You are so focused on this. Nice. Okay, so that's great. And then the next bone bug, we got a bone bug on Larissa. Oh, fuck, I think that hits as well. What's your AC?
2.
2. Okay, yeah. Actually, that's just barely hits you. Okay, you take 3 points of regular damage.
Okay.
And 1 point of acid damage. So that'll come off your temp hit points. Okay, and then the...
I fall over. I'm unconscious now.
Okay, then your bone cobra. Or your bone cobra. Oh, boy. That hits as well. So you take... Let's see here. First, another 4 points of damage. And then I need a avoidance save from you, please.
Okay.
Whoa! What the hell happened there?
No, why? Oh, you put the number in twice.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you only put the bonus in next to the specific. You put what you're rolling against next to the main saving throw, and then your bonus for anything specific on next to the.
I rolled a 14.
So yeah.
14 is that? Yeah, because you're.
I get +2 to my saving throw.
Plus 2 all things. Okay, so barely. So you dance back, and what happens is as this thing, you pull back, more of that viscous stuff just sprays out of it and kind of covers the area where you were. You would have been completely at least your leg would have been completely encased in that stuff. Okay. All right. So that was their melee. Heroes. Who wants to melee?
So Sagramore dropping the mace, drawing his long sword. There is a sort of flare of light along it as he draws it, and he once again has his true blade in hand.
There's a slow-mo kind of 360 camera thing as he does it. Whoa!
Okay. Sagramore stepping up, long sword. There we go.
Nice. Yeah,
so that only hits AC -1, but I'm pretty sure that's enough.
That's complete. Yeah, that is enough. It does not kill it though.
It's doing blunt damage.
It is doing blunt damage. These things, from the squishiness you saw inside, they are not skeletal.
They're not skeletal. Okay,
No.
but I get another attack.
You do, yeah.
Yes,
Awesome.
and that doesn't hit.
That's hot garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you hit, but then this thing it skitters out of the way. You try to bring this sword back, and yeah, even with the regular bonus without the -2, it still is not great.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Let's see. We got Vargosh and Larissa doing melee. Who wants to go on what?
Nice. Vargosh did pretty well.
Whoa. Okay. You want to hear some good news? Vargosh, I'm assuming you're hitting the Bone Cobra.
Yep. It's the only thing that's within reach right now.
So the downside is it is not a minor, it is not a lesser foe. So you only do have 2 attacks this round. But it is not a skeletal undead. So that takes its full force of damage. Wham! You want to make your second attack?
Nice.
So you fucking shatter this thing on the backstroke. Yeah. Blah! And it flies back. And here, while this thing hits the ground, and a bunch of that, like that sticky unguent that was inside there sprays out over the floor. You know what does not fall out of it? A bone bug.
Huh. Cool.
Speaking of bone bugs, Larissa?
Okay. Well, we'll address the bone bug with extreme prejudice.
Can I move at the end of my attack?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, so my first attack is a
Nat 1.
Mhm.
Whoa! And that's
And then a crit.
Nice. Give me a D6 roll. Let's see what your
Holy shit.
crit modifier. Actually, what am I talking about? Like, even if it's +2, that's enough to kill it. Times 3.
Oh my
Oh, that's awesome.
39 points of damage.
Fucking hell. So yeah, what does it look like as you shatter this thing?
there's a rent in the stone where my sword hits.
Nice. Sparks fly up. Wow. All right, so there's the one left with Nargul.
I still have 1 attack left.
Oh, nice. Can you get there with 15 feet?
Yeah, I have
Oh, you got
4
20. That's right. Yeah.
I have 4 squares of movement.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm going to.
And that is perfectly positioned for.
But now I get the flanking bonus because there's
You do
3
for
of us.
+2. Still
And-
not good enough, unfortunately.
Well, also you're getting +2 from me.
Oh yeah, get +2. Yo, that does hit then, and that is enough to kill it.
Now,
Awesome.
Yes. Now.
let me roll my d8.
Oh man.
Here it comes. Oh boy.
Not a
Oh.
1. Not a 1.
Okay, so what does it look like as she goes storming off to try and calm down?
She just sort of slumps. Like you just see the strength come out of her knees, and she's sort of leaning on the sword, and just big, huge gasps.
Yeah.
And she just looks drained of all of her energy.
Nice. Okay, so this shattered remains of everything around you. Now, why don't we, guys, we blew past our break. Why don't we take a 5-minute break just to go refresh beverages? And whoa.
The
I just wanted
time I wanted to roll a 1 more than ever.
Yeah.
I had in that combat round. I had been preparing to do medicine on Sagramore. Can I just now finish that off?
Okay, cool. What is medicine?
Basically, so it's a cool shamanistic ability. I take this belladonna and I like chew it up and then like put it into your wounds, and it gives once a day. I can do this at this level, and you get back 1d4.
Ooh.
So you get 2 hit points back.
more.
2 points back. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take our quick break, guys, and then we'll talk about. I think at this point, Nargul might want to talk about what he found in the alcove.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
5 minutes. Okay. I'm going to 7-Eleven. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. Oh, mama.
So
That was a tense
I'm
fight.
okay with your ruling, but I did tweet at Jeff Talanian to ask him if you get the bonus for weapon mastery
Rulings
on pommel
over
strike.
rules, so do not give two shits what
Well,
Jeff
we're
has to
gonna
say.
see what he says.
No, we're not. I don't give two shits.
We are
what
gonna
he
see
says.
what he says. We don't have to abide by what he says, but I think we're gonna see.
No, that is so contrary to the OSR rules to go crying to dad about how I didn't
I'm
get a
not
ruling.
trying to
I'm
do that.
like,
I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ.
There's a pommel strike maneuver that allows you to make a blunt attack with 1d2 damage plus
I've
3.
got a really, really good game that you might want to look into, Arlen. It's
called Pathfinder?
Pathfinder?
Yeah. We tried playing that.
Oh, man. Mm. All right.
Okay,
Yes,
but
John.
when I hit level 4, I'm going to take unarmed combat as my mastered weapon so that I can hit twice with punches.
You go right ahead. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, let me just see here. Larissa's 10 hit points are back down to 0. That was a pretty fucking cool fight. Oh,
It
you know
was.
what I'll do while I'm
Yeah, it was good.
we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you got 3 bone bugs, 3 skellies, and then the skeletal horse and the bone cobra. I'm gonna quickly, while we're waiting for the guys, I'm gonna start tallying XP.
Arlen, I can't see your status bar. How are you doing on hit points?
I'm at 6 out of 11,
Okay,
so I'm not that bad
Okay.
now. I don't
And I've-
have my astonishing fortune anymore.
But
so-
I've got 2, so I can help you out if you need it.
Okay.
There you go.
I love the
Right.
Astonishing Fortune. I don't know how we would survive any session.
So this is, it really is just, it's an excuse for me to be the abusive dick DM that I want to be.
Not
But
letting me
no-
punch twice.
But what's great about it is that like it's seriously scary moments that
Yeah.
because of like luck or what divine influence or whatever it is that's allowing us to do this, it like it feels like pulling back from certain death. So it's
Well,
fun.
and it's
Good
total
mechanic.
Howardian pulp feel, right?
Yeah,
You
totally.
just know that that's what happens with Conan all the time. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
something should have hit him for 8 points of damage, and he just sort of rolls with
Totally.
the punch, and
Yeah.
he's okay.
It's a
Yeah.
way of us having our cake and eating it too. We get the
Yeah.
peril of old school play and the thrill of near death, but not the consequence of constantly rolling up new characters.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's great. I love it.
Hey, yeah. Okay. Let's see that. Bone bugs.
Ah.
Bone bugs.
So I have like 0 snacks in my house.
Oh no! Well, yeah, because you're eating healthy.
Yeah.
Congrats, by the way, David. You said you were
Ah.
12 pounds down. That's fucking great, man.
Wow.
Oh man,
Almost 13, 12.7 in just over 6 weeks.
Boom.
nice.
Amazing.
And I've been to the gym once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I for me it's only about changing what I eat.
I have friends who are like, oh, you got to do HIIT, you got to do spin, you got to do this. I'm like, no, I just eat less shit and
Yeah.
eat better.
Yep.
Of course, this 90 calories an ounce
Like, but that's worth it.
probably blowing my my macros out today, but whatever.
That's all right. That's a reward.
Yeah,
I tell you,
exactly.
Cheers to
the
working hard all week.
when I quit drinking, it was like I tore my Achilles, so I had to quit drinking while I was on the painkillers, and I dropped like 20 pounds in the span of the month that I was not on these
Wow.
painkillers. Yeah, the thing is, I used to drink Guinness, and I drink like Guinness like fucking crazy. So
Yeah.
turns out they have as much calories in a pint of Guinness as in a tin of chunky soup.
Wow.
And it was not unknown for me to have like a 10 Guinness
Because
easy.
what the Irish
Wow.
they drink
Yeah.
Guinness all day instead of eating.
Yeah, because you're having a meal. I mean, like it's a completely
yeah.
unhealthy meal,
Yeah.
but
That is my beer of choice, but I have to just once in a while.
yeah,
Well, you know what though?
it's a once in a while food.
Once in a while food.
You've already got your dad lingo down packed.
That I know. It's true.
It's a sometimes food.
But actually,
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now. Guinness is actually fairly low compared to some other beers.
What was
Is
it?
that
'Cause
right?
I looked at when I quit.
100,
Sorry.
well, it's still 125 calories for a 12-ounce serving, which
Eesh.
Yeah.
Which is, and that's not a pint. That's just it's still another 30%.
yeah. So, but yeah, like so. But if you look at that, that's like 2 12-ounce Guinnesses is the equivalent of a Coke Slurpee.
Whoa.
Well, Kevin's was having 10. Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
Nice.
Visual aid.
I made the Kessel run to 7-Eleven and back while we were
Yeah,
waiting.
really? I thought you were kidding.
Steve-O, you back?
Yo.
Yo. Okay, cool. So we're back. All right, so guys, let's talk about what we see in here. So, Nargul, knowing that the everyone's got kind of banged around, did anybody else take damage, or was it just Larissa and Sagramore?
I think it was just Larissa and Sagamore. And Larissa, it's all temp hit points for you, right?
Yeah.
So nothing permanent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? I'm going to assume that Nargul is going to kind of spill out the contents of the small sack where he'd grabbed shit from the alcove back there. And what he spills out is there are a dozen candles. There is a silver holy symbol of some god that none of you recognize. I mean, you don't recognize the symbol that is on Sagramore's chest either, but you don't recognize that either. There is a wand in there. Sorry, I almost said it was a cursed wand. Jeez. There are 5 vials that are kind of like amber-colored vials, all relatively, with some kind of liquid inside them. They're all identical, and if you pop them open and give them a smell, they don't really have. There's a bit of an oily odor to them, but that's really it.
Okay.
Do you want us to write all this down, Kev?
No. No. I'm just curious whether.
I'm making notes, actually.
Is this the time to use your detect magic?
That's what I'm planning to do. I don't know what the mechanics are in terms. It lasts for a turn, so I don't know if I can look at all of these things or what the
Oh yeah, a turn is
limitations are.
10
minutes.
minutes.
10
So,
minutes.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know how much that time I had to spend on each one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, if you succeeded against 0, you might want to fill in your.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I don't know how you beat it.
So Dave, your saving throws will be at 16, and then you, as a fighter, I can't remember what the 2 ones you'll get a bonus to, and you might get bonuses from.
Death and Transform.
Sorry, say again.
Death and Transformer 2.
Okay, so then each of those will be 14,
Okay.
and the rest of them will just be 16.
So do you put 14 in the number beside it, or do you put 2?
No, just put 2. If you put 16 in the saving throw,
Yeah.
and then you just can put the 2 in the 2 that you have.
Well, I'm glad I'm making all these saves.
Nice. Okay, so then let's see what detect magic does.
It's the game's way of telling you that you're not going to make your saving throw.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So then it's a very quick thing. How do you think this looks? Knowing this is part of your savage shaman thing.
I think I have to sort of do a kind of a dance around the items.
Okay.
And I'm shaking my rattle.
It's rattle time.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be my catchphrase.
I can see it now. T-shirts with the red crow on it. It's rattle time.
It's rattle time. And then I think some kind of mystical incarnation of what these items do appears. Like almost like a vision of like what it might do. So for example, the wand, let's say it was a wand of fireballs, I'd see like mystical fireballs like shoot out of it.
Yep.
Something like that.
You would see a vision of a fireball being fired point blank into a hydra.
Exactly. I know exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
And if the things in your vision have a rattle, you know that they're not cursed. If they don't have a rattle, then clearly it's a curse.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So what do you call it? What the vials tell you? I'm trying to think here what this would look like. So I think that what you hear is the soothing whispers of the spirits of hearth and home and wholeness. So there are 5. Is that right? 5. There are 5 potions of healing.
Oh, awesome.
That's never a good sign.
So as a reminder, drinking half of the potion restores 1d4 hit points, and drinking the entire thing restores 2d4 plus 2. So you can knock the whole thing back and get a big boost, or you can do half, sippy and then sippy later.
Cool.
So if you actually, there are 5 of you. Do you guys want?
Yeah, I think we should do one. Yeah, one
Okay,
each.
so everyone has a healing potion now. The wand is a wand of create water.
Oh. I mail it to Malo.
It's good of you to use a Warcraft approach. Or Diablo, I guess. I'll put it in the chest.
Yeah, put it in the shared stash and just grab it with another character.
Exactly. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm just quickly scooching down because you get XP from identifying magic items as well too. Now, this has, and I think you'll see as well too. So this has 28 uses left. The wand of create water.
Okay.
Let's see here. That'd be. Yeah. I may have gone to my, the reason my Encyclopedia Magica is easy at hand is because I was going through and finding OSR rules for all these things.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so, and I think, let's see here, what else? So that's what you found in that sack. I think
the holy symbol was not magic, I'm assuming.
The holy symbol was not magical, no. At least it did not have any enchantments in it.
Yeah.
Whether it speaks to the divine or not.
Yeah.
So now from where you guys are, you see that archway at the top, at the north end of the of this chamber. This reads, "At my right hand, peace for years of righteous labor." So maybe I'll hear, guys, I'll put it in the chat so you're not just write down. So the north.
Is that above the one we came from or the other north one?
It's right up here. The one right up there.
That
Okay.
one. Okay.
And I'll give you each of them here too, guys.
I am illiterate, so
Sagramore is a scholar with 8
that's
intelligence,
perfect.
so
Oh,
you just
right.
know he's
I can rely on everything you tell me. Perfect.
exactly.
Hey, what does that say, Sagamore?
Yeah, interesting tidbit. You know why they called King James the wisest fool in Christendom? Because he read a bunch of fucking things but didn't quite understand them. So,
But he had an 8 intelligence.
yeah.
That's great.
So, Sagamore, you'd be considered a civilized character then?
I'm definitely a civilized character.
I'm gonna think Red Crow's probably not.
No, I have the same problem as you have with civilized.
As does,
Yeah.
I think, Nargul, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Larissa? Are you?
Well, what have you seen so far? Do I look civilized?
I don't think so. So really, I get along great with pretty much all the group except for Sagamore, who doesn't like my simmering fury.
Sagramore doesn't like you, but you like Sagramore a lot. Everyone does.
That's
Actually,
right.
everyone kind of likes Larissa as well, too. She is. There's something
yeah.
incredibly charming about her.
Yeah,
True.
Okay.
I know. First Iphigenia, now Larissa. It's just,
Yeah. Well, no, with the Larissa actually had the swashbuckling feature. Like it's swashbuckling charm is +1 to reaction bonuses. So.
Oh, I just meant because Jason keeps hitting
And
on
I have an
Iphigenia.
charm as well.
Right.
What's your charisma?
Well, I have uncanny charm, and I have the
Oh,
swashbuckler
right, because
bonus,
of that's right, because of the
the undead.
what was it? The undead thing. Yeah, that's awesome. Your henchmen are gonna love you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have a +4
shame
bonus after all that.
they'll die over and over again, but still pretty awesome. Okay, so that's what's written on the archways, guys. For now, you're kind of free to move where you want. Although hold on, let me see something here.
Well, while Red Crow's detect magic is still working in that 10 minutes, would it be worth his while to quickly go around the room and scan the room with his like magic flashlight, just see if
I mean,
anything else is magic?
if I have time, I'll kind of continue my dance around the room.
Yeah, so it's 10 minutes you've got in total.
Yeah.
And I think that it's you probably have about 4 minutes left to sort of like search,
Okay.
the room here. There is a very, very faint. There is effectively like an echo of an enchantment. That metal skeleton that was on the ground.
Yeah.
That thing. There is a faint glow off of it, but you cannot. Yeah, you cannot tell what's in there.
Okay.
Now, let's see here. Nargul, would you kindly give me a D6 roll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see here. So what do you also find in amongst the again with just a hint of like like a shimmer of what would be an enchanting thing on there? Yeah, like so. I guess with the way you're detecting it, there's almost like you can hear half whispers, but no matter how close you get yourself into that ruined metallic skeleton, there is just there isn't any lingering. You're hearing echoes of the enchantment that used to be on there. But getting that close, you push some stuff aside and you realize there is it looks like a short sword of unusually kind of narrow design, made of the same metal that the rest of the material seems to be made of. And it has
the rapier guy.
Sorry?
Wasn't this the guy? Is this looks like the same image as the dude fighting with two rapiers?
No, it's a short sword. It really seems like the sword is more of a stabbing kind of gladius type thing, whereas he's riding into battle, stylized hair sweeping back, big mustache on his horse with two rapiers in his hand.
And you can just tell he's got 18 decks.
Yeah, he's rocking the shit out of those things. What there is on there is on the pommel of the short sword, there is a symbol that is a spiraling comet.
Sigmar!
You guys recognize this as this is my long, promised Warhammer and BattleTech crossover game. By way of Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. Oh god. Every teenager's nightmare role-playing game. I guess, or Rifts. This could just be Rifts.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all you can really find in the time that you've got. But go ahead and move yourselves around, guys. You can expose the alcoves in there if you want to take a peek and see what's in there before moving in, if you choose to.
I'm gonna plop myself down in the middle of the room and recover.
So, Sagramore, while everybody else is kind of moving around and looking around, he sheaths his sword and then kneels down and with both hands reverently takes up the mace, and he's gonna walk back over here where he found it and put it back and offer a prayer to ask for forgiveness for having disturbed the dead, because clearly he did something. He did not realize what this meant at the time, but he knows that this is against the wishes of his god because he can't hit anything with this mace. So he's going to use his longsword.
Yeah,
That's good.
Where are you going with that mace?
Hey, I'm putting it back here.
The mace is effectively a masterwork mace as well too. It would grant a non-magical +1 to hit.
Huh. Too bad it's not a great hammer.
Yeah, I'm deleting the mace off my character sheet. I don't want to see it again.
I don't want to think about it.
It's
If you see a
understandable.
real large hammer, let me know, because I can wield a great hammer with. I don't know where mine went. I had it yesterday when I fell asleep.
I just couldn't fit all of it in the crypt. Okay, so guys, here's what you can see. So in that one that you're looking at there, Vargosh, is It looks like there are several long stone slabs that line the wall of this room like shelves. And the shelves are pitted with acid and contain scraps of old cloth. There are a few chunks of bone that litter the floor. That's what you can see from standing in the archway looking in. If you go to...
Sagamore, you might want to take a look at this.
Walking over.
Looks like some kind of holy place to me.
That's where all those dudes came out of, right?
He has no idea.
Two of them came out of there, yeah.
He has no clue. He's just,
Yeah. And that's the one that says, I wrote it down, at my right hand, peace for years of righteous labor. So, right?
That
Yes.
what? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, at my right hand. Okay, so Sagramore is going to step inside.
Okay.
Done.
So it's as I described. There are. Just 1 second. I'm trying to find something. Seeing if there is. Something in. Before I go to the secondary source, I'll start with Ash. Okay. So what you look in here? There are heaps of cloth and whatnot, sort of sitting and detritus sitting on each of these slabs. This looks like again, like something may have been laid to rest in here. In fact,
I feel
several.
like everywhere in this place looks like something's been laid to rest.
Yeah. This seems to have on the walls inside here, though, there are more of those carvings that sort of celebrate, instead of having just the mustachioed guy with long hair, there's other people depicted.
So are these slabs or niches?
They are slabs.
These look similar to the things that we were inside of.
No, these are more actual like slabs. They're sort of like slabs of stone that stick out of the wall, as if you would place a body on top of them.
Gotcha.
You guys were interred.
Now I understand.
Now I
get it.
The figures in here, whereas the markings on the door. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention as well. Remember there was that relief on the bottom of that first door. On top of it, there's a sort of stylized version of that mustachioed guy of Roslar with a bunch of people in the background, sort of joining him, and every single one of them looked like you guys.
Yeah,
stylized, depicted versions of you guys.
And then one indistinct person for the sarcophagus that didn't open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we're the red strikes.
The people in here that are depicted, though, are different. It is not the red shrikes. So there's no reference to the red shrikes either. I mean, there's a lot of stuff piled on here. You may have to actually take a look through the stuff if you want to, find anything or do a proper search. You do have two other alcoves to search as well, or two other archways through which you can look.
Yeah.
I think so. Sagramore is not interested in rooting through the remains of the interred dead. I guess these aren't interred, but what. So he's going to once again say a prayer to the god whose name he does not know, but he knows is listening.
Sure.
And then step back out here.
So are two of the slabs empty? Like,
what?
If the guys that came out were off those slabs?
It looks like there's some of the acid pitted ones. They are, that's where they may have come from. Now, let's see here. Vargosh. So one more thing that you did notice, Sagramore. On the walls in here, there are a couple of places where the markings on the wall, there's symbols that do not match your symbol, but they match that amulet that Nargul found. The holy symbol.
I'm losing track of holy symbols. What was on the amulet?
On the amulet, there was a picture of, I believe it was a starburst.
Okay. So we have starburst, downturned sword, and the comet swirling. Do we have any others? I'm trying to remember.
Those are the three you found so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Now, Vargosh, what you see stepping into the that room is again over the archway. There it reads Roslar, hero and paladin at his well-earned rest, and there is a large raised dais on which a sarcophagus is set with a lid carved to resemble a sleeping knight with long hair and a wide mustache. The
I
room.
look back at Sagramore. Look back at the crypt. No.
The room has a scent of rotting meat in here, and it's kind of the same stink that you got from the, or you can hear from the unguent that was being spread out by the bone cobra.
Can I see where the cobra might have been sleeping or staying?
If you walk in there
Stacked
and maybe
corner?
walk around, there, you might get, you can't see it, but you can kind of smell it. Yeah, so from there you can kind of see right at the back of the sarcophagus, right at the top of the dais there. That's where this thing seems to have been coiled, because there's a pile of that shit in there. Now,
Is the sarcophagus closed or sealed?
let's see here. The lid. Okay, interesting. All right. The lid of the sarcophagus is closed. Yeah, and it has that knight as if it's, it's another style, yet another stylized version that seems to depict the same man, Roslar.
I give the top of it a shove in case there's somebody trapped in there.
Sure. Give me a strength test, please. Not feat, test. You got an 18 strength. It should be 5 of 6. Nice. Boom. Streets. Oh, do you push it all the way off, or do you just push it just so it's open?
Just so it's open, make sure there's nobody trapped inside or...
Okay. So you push it to the side, and extending your full body across the opening sarcophagus.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
But fortunately for you, the sarcophagus is empty.
Well, even if there was a trinket shiny in there, I wouldn't pick the fucking thing up because I've seen how that works.
Yes. And you have the distinction of being the character or the player most cursed in any of my games.
That's funny.
Oh god. Okay, so yeah, it's apart from the smell and then the sarcophagus, like it seems completely empty, like as if nothing has ever laid in there. It's as clean and as dust free as the day that the lid was placed on it.
Hey, Sagramore, does it make sense that you'd have a fancy sarcophagus thing and there wouldn't be anything in it? Shouldn't there be at least someone's bones or something?
Perhaps Roslar died in some faraway battle and his bones were not returned. Perhaps he walks as one of the living dead, like those creatures that we faced. I am going to concentrate and detect evil and just scan the room and the sarcophagus and everything, make sure there's nothing evil going on.
Sure. So again, nothing.
Is the base of the sarcophagus made of stone?
It is, yeah.
Like inside?
Are you going to feel inside?
Yeah, take the sword and just like pound.
Pang, pang. Yeah, it's just as solid stone as if what yours was before.
Okay.
What if I think really bad thoughts right now?
Are there any debris? Is there any debris inside the sarcophagus? Or is it just pristine?
You going to poke your head in there?
Well, no, it's Dave has pushed the thing open so we can see inside.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just like looking. I'm taller, so I can.
I got my checklist of classic. I've been able to use piercers in the other Ash game. I haven't got mimics into the game just yet.
It's where the trapper comes down.
Yes.
I was going to say, you may not know, there's been a whole discussion of rot grubs on the OSR Anchorites community thing. So every time we start to find one of these dead bodies, that's all I can think of.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great. Let's see here, Larissa and Vargosh, give me a D6 rolls, please. Okay. Okay. No, it doesn't appear to be any debris. Like I said, like this thing is, it's as if this thing was, carved by the hands of master masons, and then sealed with nothing inside, or perhaps whatever was inside vanished.
No detectable debris.
No, the stone itself is also blemish free as well.
Huh.
As if like no one was ever interred in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, this whole crypt could have been constructed for when he died, and he hasn't died yet, so he's still alive.
Sagramore,
That doesn't seem...
if Larissa says that something of, no, you're fairly certain, your gut tells you that mixture of emotions that you're feeling from it, he has passed, long past.
I think that our friend
Or
Red
is he the
Crow-
skeleton from the middle of the room?
Red Crow may be closer to the truth than he or any of us realized at first. Roslar, I believe, passed long ago, and I have the sneaking suspicion that so too did we.
well, if as you are telling me what these writings say is true, then we knew him in life.
So the name, now that he keeps saying Roslar, you guys are all hearing this. The name Roslar seems familiar to you. There's something about it that, like, no, that sounds, the face, these carvings, the mustachioed dude, none of that rings a bell whatsoever. The same mixture of emotions that Sagramore has about him, none of you guys share that. But the name Roslar, it rings a bell.
So,
Interesting.
okay, to be clear, all these depictions of Roslar, right? He is armored, and he has the mustache and the long hair, but he's not wearing a crown or anything like that. It's
no,
it's knightly, not royal.
Definitely knightly, not royal. Yeah.
Okay, I want to. Okay.
Sagramore, give me a D6 roll, please.
It's an anagram for solar.
Okay. So Sagramore, you're looking down at the depiction on the lid of the coffin, and you turn back to Nargol, and you're like, "Come here, bring that amulet again." And he, Nargol, do you bring it to him?
Yep.
Okay. So he hands it to you, that sigil, and you're looking at it. Where you have your holy symbol hanging, he has one hanging as well, or depicted in the carving. But the symbol on it is that same symbol that's on the holy symbol that was found in the alcove.
So I'm gonna
What are you thinking?
What like position is the Roslar statue in? Is he in that laden state style?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the amulet and not like setting it like I'm turning away and leaving it, but I'm just gonna set it next to the carved amulet on his breast, presumably.
Sure. So you set it next to there, and is there a glow coming from the other side? There's a faint glow coming from the underside of the sarcophagus. Like the lid, I mean, not the sort. Yeah.
Well, then I'm gonna motion over. Vargosh, help me overturn this, and we're gonna.
Between the
Walk
two of
over.
you guys are you sort of boom turn this thing over, and what you see, the light still is faintly glowing. There is a carving with a slender, angelic woman with a benevolent gaze, surrounded by clouds, looking down as if from a great height. Words around the image read, "O Arasni, the Red Crusader, watch over my eternal rest." And I'll type that in for you guys.
Interesting.
The name Arasni stirs those same emotions in you, Sagramore. Though there's instead of the feelings of shame or disappointment, there's a feeling of sadness that stirs in you.
And this Red Crusader is definitely not a deity that is the symbol that I'm
What you know is there's a single tear that just ran down your face.
And none of the rest of us are having that same reaction.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, and you guys can all see this too. Like,
I'm standing.
There's his face doesn't seem to be, it's not expressing any more emotion, I guess, than the sort of maybe confused or stoic kind of look on the face. But his eyes, for some reason, well up with tears, and then one fat, heavy tear runs down his scarred face.
Sagamore,
and he seems more. Yeah, he seems surprised by it as what you guys are. What are you making of this, Sagamore?
I think I'm gonna. Well, first I'm gonna sort of turn around and look at everyone and say, "My fellows, does the name Arasni mean anything to any of you?" No. It means something to me. There is something fateful at work here. And my righteous cause brought me to this place, and I do not know why. And none of you know why you are here either, do you?
No. But I believe this, from what you are telling me, this Arasni may be somehow controlling this spirit world we find ourselves in. Protecting this leader that once we fought for. Since this inscription you tell me says, "Watch over my eternal rest."
And there's no eternal rest for Roslar here.
Perhaps we should investigate further these other chambers, piece together this puzzle.
Maybe some of us will remember some things if we proceed a little further.
So there still is another chamber, and then I guess one chamber you have not fully explored, and another one that you have not investigated at all.
Yeah, these two to the south here, right?
Yeah.
Well,
actually, the one you guys have not really done. You've poked your head in, but not done a thorough search of up here either.
Over there, yeah.
Yeah, there is nothing else in here that in this particular chamber that would hide anything or conceal anything. It's otherwise a spotless floor, apart from that heap of goo at the end of the sarcophagus.
Red Crow would be willing to go back into that northern chamber and move around without being careful not to disturb anything that would anger the spirits.
Okay.
But just to I'm there to gather information, not to take anything that doesn't belong to me. That belongs to the dead.
So what do you mean by like you're sort of like just lifting things carefully and
yeah, exactly, and putting them back where I found them. Like I don't want to just put anything where it doesn't belong.
So what you find after looking for maybe maybe a minute or two is you find mixed in with the sort of ting, you hear something drop and you look. And I mean, you've been by no means explored everything at that point. But what you see is a small wedding ring. And on the inside, there is there's a inscription in there, but I guess if you're illiterate, you can't read it.
Yeah.
But the words of civilized people.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll shake my rattle at it just to appease it.
I love it.
And then I will call Sagramore over. There are symbols inside. Okay, does this mean something?
Here I come. All right.
And I'll hold it if you don't want to. If you want to just look at it, I don't know how you feel about holding it.
So Sagramore.
Yeah.
Well, so what you can see, I mean, if he's holding it up to you, you could even just, I mean, he's not going to move it, but if he holds it still for a second, you can see that inside in the common tongue, or at least the tongue you understand, 4 Aloysius, my love, my heart, my morning dove.
I assume you probably said that out loud, Arlen, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Another name that does not sound familiar.
And George had a chance to scan this room, so that if it would have illuminated his magic when he went through here the first time, right?
Yeah. If there was something in there, yeah. Well, no, I mean, this was concealed, so he wouldn't have. He's got to see it in order to detect it, but. So no, if this is magic or not, you're not certain.
Right.
So Red Crow, you head back in there and are kind of carefully looking around through things. Would you kindly give me an avoidance save?
Avoidance save. I'm sure this is to avoid something that's amazing.
Absolutely, to make sure that you're getting some amazing
You're
stuff.
avoiding experience points.
I'm just making sure. No. Well, I've got 2 astonishing fortune. So, how should this work? Do I have to make that decision before I know?
You can make. So the consequence is going to be one of these slabs is about to slide and fall on you. It is big and it is heavy.
Yeah, and I'm weak and small, so I'm going to use an astonishing fortune to have. I hear the call of an elk, which makes me turn and move out of the way.
Okay, and this thing it kind of hits down. Basically, what it is, it's you see when it falls that the struts that had been holding it have been almost completely eaten away by acid, as if intentionally. Yeah.
Okay.
However, what you see when that thing hits the ground, there is a single bead that boom hits the ground and rolls towards you, and it looks like, I mean, it's a little tiny prayer bead. You pick it up.
Yeah.
No one took sense magic as a cantrip, did they?
No, I don't think it was an option for me. I got sense evil.
Oh, okay.
I consent that is magic, even though I don't have it.
So yeah, this thing, there is a singular prayer bead, and it looks like it has the same, fine carved, that starburst kind of, or sunburst style or design that you saw on the walls and that amulet and on Roslar's holy symbol.
So I'll just look around to see if there are I see any other pieces that match.
Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be anything else. There's just that one left. And there's a little hole in it too. So
Yeah.
like this, you think that this may have been part of some kind of necklace or something like that?
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any pieces. So I think I will. I shake my rattle to get the attention of the spirits in the room, and I will return this.
Okay.
I think it's going to be helpful for all of us, including you.
Maybe the spirits gave it to you.
I would not put it past them. So
Okay.
I'm taking it, but with intention that legitimate intention that I'll return it if it's not going to be needed for
Okay.
later.
So then, Vargosh, you hear that, you sort of made your way down to that last room there, but you did hear that slam as that stone slab hits the ground. I'm assuming you took a peek over and saw that everyone was still okay. You're definitely certain that because of how quiet things are down here, whatever else may be down here, for sure heard that. So you look in there. Now, Vargosh, what you see in this chamber, the stone walls of this room are carved to resemble an airy stable with a large stone box at the southern end. The lid of the box is cracked and corroded, as though from powerful acid. An illustration of a lean, regal stallion, and the words, "No greater friend hath a man than his loyal steed," are chiseled into the stone above the box. Looking back at the fallen, shattered remains of that skeletal horse, and then looking up at the carvings on the wall, you think that Roslar may have been interred with his very steed.
Hmm.
And if you look up above that archway too, "Loyal Abdel, support thy master always," is written in kind of a in carved writing above the archway.
So he interred his steed, or he was interred with his steed? Because we didn't see him. We just saw his steed.
So if you look over the archway here, above it reads, "Roslar, hero and paladin at his well-earned rest."
Right.
Above here, "Loyal Abdel, support thy master always." And then over here, "At my right hand, peace for years of righteous labors." So as you read labors, not hours.
So,
That's not a medieval name.
Yeah.
so is it too much to assume that something has come here, corrupted his minions, and taken his body?
Sir Albus.
Well, I think does Larissa say that out loud?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay. Sagramore.
Sir Albus.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a
More
Warhammer crossover.
very-
There's got to be some Barrel Maze crossover too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Quietly sort of responds, "I fear that whatever corruption took place, it was not done by some other entity. There's a coldness in my heart when I think on those who ought to remain here. I fear that they were imperfect in life, and that somehow that is tied to their existence in the beyond."
Well, except the corruption happened to his horse too, right?
Well, yeah, but a horse can be bad.
Bad to the bone.
Horses, you can train a horse to bite people.
A horse once bit a truck.
I would know. I'm an expert rider, and
Moose
a-
bites can be pretty nasty, you know.
No, we had it-
So
A moose once bit my sister.
So when I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, we had rented a truck out to a guy who took it back to his farm, and the horse on his farm bit the bumper of the truck.
Oh
Left a
wow.
couple of
Good
big
Lord.
route marks. I had to get the bumper replaced.
Yeah,
Jesus.
there's a Faulkner short story where I think a horse bites a guy's ear off.
Huh.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
What mean?
I'm not.
So, to be clear, a horse
Yeah.
could be evil. We don't know that this one was evil because I didn't have any AC bonus against it when it attacked me. But
No, but I'm just saying something could have come in here and animated the master and the other creatures, or just taken.
well,
the
I'm saying that's possible, but I
So-
am deeply concerned that it might not have been something else that came in here and animated
Oh,
things.
you think
but
it was him?
Let me give you a little bit of insight to what you detected there, Sagramore.
Mhm.
You're absolutely right that if these things had been risen dead by default are evil. It is not a benevolent or divine act to raise the skeletons or the remains of any dead and then make them angry and hungry and whatnot.
Yeah.
If these things were undead, they would have had that penalty.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Exactly.
So I can say with more everything I've said before, right, is kind of halting and hesitating, but with confidence, I can say these things, however they were brought back, were not evil.
So
I
they
can
were
sense it.
animated with magic rather than corrupted through whatever would turn them into the undead.
Or somehow they're not allowed to die at all, rather than
Perhaps
being brought
because-
back.
Perhaps because we are in the land of the dead.
Take a look at it.
Yeah. And those things I didn't get a bonus against either.
No.
So yeah.
And they seemed flesh and blood.
Yep.
So you're saying those bone bugs were making the skeletons act?
Yeah, they were what animated the.
Aha.
You guys haven't inspected any
That's
of the
interesting.
skeletons.
That's true. Should we just skip that?
You should definitely skip it.
Definitely skip that.
I love all this stuff
No
about
spoilers
rock
there.
grubs. I don't know.
All right, I think so. Let's take a look at these skeletons. And try to see.
Well, and
Yeah.
also, so there weren't bone bugs in the horse or the snake, right?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Not in the
Oh, there
snake.
were?
There was in the horse.
There was in the horse, but
only
not
the
in the
cobra
snake.
didn't have one.
Okay.
So Red Crow's gonna take a look at least at one of these skeletons to try to see if he can figure out.
So-
He's used to putting bodies into burial grounds and stuff. So
Okay. So you sort of take a look at these, and what you can notice is that there are distinct marks on the bones, the ones that aren't like even there's shattered, there's obvious damage from trauma from you guys putting these things down, but there are distinctly a lot of acid pitting kind of like burns on these bones as well too.
Hmm.
And there's something you were thinking about those bones, as you were looking through the other things. You make your way up to that alcove too.
yeah.
It looks like some of the bones were actually consumed because they seem burned down. And you can see, if you're looking carefully, now that you're sort of tweaked to it, you can see there's bite marks. Oh, sorry, ignore that one, Vargosh. There are bite marks in the shape of the mandibles that snapped at you guys and that bit thing on these bones.
I see.
So Sagramore is going to go walk back over here and go back.
Vargosh, do you see anything on that the eastern wall there? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's a crack in the wall here, guys. This this antechamber should likely be sealed, I would think, but
Interesting. Can you see anything beyond?
Well, I think we might want to investigate that last alcove before.
that's a good move.
So Sagramore wants to check
Yeah.
that first skeleton that he downed, and then he crushed it with his shield
Yeah.
Is there the crushed remains of one of those bugs in it too?
No, but remember you heard something skitter off?
Mm.
And you guys were attacked by one of those bone bugs that was not in a skeleton.
My 8 intelligence is almost good enough to put that together. Okay. Coming back.
So, Vargosh, from where you can see, it does appear that it is a rent in the wall, but it looks as if something burrowed its way through that wall.
Oh,
There's scoring on the edges of that wall. The entrance itself is only about yay big, right?
Uh-huh. I'm starting to put it together. I've got a 14 intelligence. So that must have been the entry point for these creatures. What caused us to rise, I do not know, but the spirits work in mysterious ways, of course.
Let's see here.
I'll just watch the.
Okay, so Red Crow,
Yeah.
from where you're standing, do you see anything unusual at the end of that hall?
Yeah, all I see are some. I see like a shadow going across.
Let's just let's do this.
Maybe
Here.
I go a little bit closer. Should I go farther in?
What happens there? Sec. Look.
Nothing has changed for me.
Oh, hold up. Let me. Oh, that's why. Because I'm a dummy. What do you see now?
Now everything is black.
Can you not see anything down here?
Hold on. I just see like a rock on the ground.
Right.
Like literally like.
More to my point, do you see light down there?
Oh yes, I do see light down there. I thought
Yeah.
that was part of my light. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
there's
just,
light
sorry. That's what I
coming from down there.
So down here, guys, there is light that is coming from some other source
It's
up
coming
here.
from the left somewhere.
Does
That's
it have
right.
like a quality to it, like it's firelight or glowing
It
light?
has an orange glow, kind of like if you were to see a say a campfire, behind. Honestly, you know what it is? Is like seeing a campfire outside a tent. That orange kind of
Yep.
yeah.
Okay,
When you see it through the canvas, and it's got a steady quality to it, though. It doesn't have it doesn't flicker or anything like that. It isn't steady like a spell, but it is more consistent than an open flame.
Who wishes to enter here? There's something strange.
Do we want to check out the grass where the bugs may have come from to make sure that we don't have anything coming from behind?
You also can see, I mean, what do you call it? The lid of this giant box is actually collapsed in as well, too. So you could take a peek in there if you wanted.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. So looking inside there are 6 bone bugs. No, I'm kidding.
I bought it.
More
I use my fire breath on them.
So what is in there is there are a bunch of jade and silver adornments from the decayed bridle. That's in there. These, being the grubby, mercenary that you are, you can recognize an estimated value of about 65 gold pieces.
I scoop them up.
Okay, so you pick it up. It still holds together enough for you to get the whole bridle in your in one of the sacks. I think you got a small sack in your equipment.
Yeah, I've got a large. I think I got a large sack. I can.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. So, what do you guys make of this? Nargol, at the end of the corridor where the guys are all standing, they can see a light source.
Light source.
Can you tell what this is, Nargol?
Can I do something? No. I can't tell from here. No.
You don't have sense. Do you have sense magic as a cantrip?
No, as a Dampier, he can cast Detect Undead
Yes, I can do that.
once per day. As can Larissa. But
So what did we see through? Sorry, what did we see through that crevice?
Just
the
no
bridle?
one's approached it, not in the crevice, in the box. The box was that bridle.
Oh, okay.
And Vargosh saw that. No one else. Everyone else has kind of moved over there. So
Okay, well, I'll go over where Vargosh is, and we're gonna Pocahontas in the gap there.
sure. So the gap is like, how far can you see down there, Vargosh?
About 15 feet, maybe.
Yeah, and then it kind of arcs up. So you think this is a fairly long tunnel, and it's neither of you guys would fit in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to just try and block it off, maybe, or?
Yeah, we could probably take parts of that slab that collapsed in the other room and jam them in the crevasse.
There's
Sure.
The lid from this is collapsed in here.
Yeah, so we just fill it up with debris.
Okay. So yeah, so you guys pile shit in front of there to try and at least slow down, because whatever made its way through there made its way through solid stone. So at the very least, you could slow down anything making its way through.
Yeah, I'm
there.
guessing they're spitting acid on the rock and and then just using those, like, their mandibles to chip away at it.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I don't want to proceed until I have the rest of the party nearby. So I'm just waiting.
Here, I'll.
My eye on that light.
No, I'm gonna wait for somebody with more health to step in front of me,
That's
and then I'll go next to them.
yeah. Okay. Perfect.
I am your proud leader. Go first.
Wow.
This is why I love low-level play. God, it's so much fun.
Yeah. Exactly.
okay, so once we're done filling it up,
yeah,
I'll come back and I will.
Cool.
Well, look at that. So none of those alcoves, like you found all your pages in there, Nargul.
It is. So in there, there's a small alcove on the east wall of this hallway that contains stone shelves with some boxes and bags. On the floor are several shiny plates of insectile exoskeleton that glimmer with a faint red glow. Bless you.
Thank you.
So they look like they're off the bone bugs?
No, this is something completely different.
Interesting.
But they're glowing red.
It's glowing red. Yeah, it's sort of like on its side, and it's glowing red, and it glows down. Like it's sort of like, imagine it's part of the of a fairly large, like maybe if this thing was all together, it would be about the same size as like a mid-sized dog. This is sort of like the thorax and whatever of this thing. If you turn it over, you could probably see better.
And is it all in one piece, or is it broken up into
Mostly, it looks like it's missing bits, though. It's about like the legs are gone, the mandibles are gone, the head's gone.
Okay. Well, that's probably not an unreasonable assumption that might be what's the creature that's illuminating around the corner here belongs to this ectoskeleton, and perhaps when it grows or goes through its stage, that's what whatever is underneath it is what's causing the. But yeah, that's too much science for my 8 intelligence.
Sagramore, would you kindly give me a D6 roll?
D6 roll. Another 4.
Are you rolling surprise, Sagamore?
If that was surprise, we're not surprised.
Guys, would you kindly declare actions?
Okay.
Greg is currently tasked with initiative. Oh wait, no, you lost, didn't you?
Sure.
Last one. So yeah, George, you are on initiative duty.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So not just yet. Let's see here. Nargul, you're getting left behind there. You're gonna have some of those bone bugs on you. They didn't get you last time. They're feeling like we're out for revenge. Nice. Okay. Then,
Just a second. There we go.
excellent.
I'm using some advanced maneuvers to try to stay
Outstanding. Look at
alive.
this.
Nice.
Now, George,
Yeah.
beat my 2.
All right, here we go. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just barely.
Okay, so I'll give you enough information to see what's. Oh, I fucked up my camera. So what happens is you see from inside that carapace, another bone bug was lurking in there. Drops down and kind of covered in bits of glowing goo. It's going to try and make its way towards one of you.
Mhm.
So in melee, we've got Larissa. I don't think you can get in there because there's too many people, at least not to start. Sagramore, you are. Oh,
I am moving for the
Move
first
first
round,
phase.
so I'm not doing melee until later.
Okay, so Larissa, you declared melee in the first phase. You know what I'll do is I'll let you make an attack on it as kind of like reaching through. I'm just going to give it some cover bonus.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because you sort of spot this thing first. You're like, no!
Mm.
Okay, so you swing futilely. Trying to hit this thing. Now, let's see who is it going to attack. Now it's 3. Well, yeah, it's 3 viable targets, I guess. 1 is Sagramore. 2 is Larissa. 3 is Vargosh. Someone kindly give me a D3 roll.
I'll let one of you 3 guys do it. Yeah.
Really
There we
nice.
go.
Okay, Vargosh. Yeah, this thing comes skittering towards you, and it misses.
Nice.
Oh, so it's keeping at you, but you deacon and moving and whatever. Now, as a reminder, you guys can change your action if you want. It just you suffer a -2 penalty to whatever your attack rolls are. But so does anyone want to change to melee for the first phase? Nope.
No.
Wait,
Okay.
I mean, there's no reason to change to melee for the first phase, right? It's better to just wait until second phase.
Unless it has another melee attack.
Well,
You know what? I'm going to
Okay.
change to melee first phase so that I don't stand there and watch our poor friend get killed.
Okay.
I've got 6 HP. I'll be all right.
Here comes Vargosh. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, so that is enough to down this thing. Wow.
My big,
Jeez.
and it was only the fly swatter. I didn't use my sword.
So this thing, it seems like it was lurking inside there.
Awesome.
So, what are you guys doing? The lights are glowing beneath, or to the south for you.
Look around the corner.
We're out of combat?
You're out of combat, yeah.
Okay, cool. Larissa, what do you see up there? Is there just a chamber?
Guys
Looks
wanna
like there's
poke
an opening to the left.
Okay, now if you guys get in the point where you're going to poke around, I am going to make a check. Okay, awesome. Here we go. Let's see.
Bugs.
So Vargosh, you get around the corner. What are we seeing? Like, are you sort of ready to fight here or what?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you get around the corner, and you look, and what this is this is a set of stairs that's heading up, and you see, kind of lurking on the ceiling. At first, you think like, what is glowing from the ceiling? Is there some kind of magical? And then you see it kind of skitters across the ceiling. It's the living, moving version of those thing that the carapace that was below there. This is something completely different from the bone bugs. And what these things look like, guys, is this.
Wow. That's intense.
Yeah. Okay. So, gentlemen, these things
We
have
need another
not.
surprise check.
Nope, they have not spotted you.
Oh,
So Vargosh is the only one who poked his head out. He's the only one who sees it. They don't seem to be reacting to your presence right now, Vargosh. What are you going to do?
Sneak back.
Okay. So you can tell. What did you see up there?
There's 3 big bugs around the corner, but they're not the skeletal ones. And then, so I whispered to everybody, there's 3 bugs around the corner on the ceiling, and they're not skeletal ones. And then I'm like, nod, 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 sword up.
Of course, yeah, of course.
And
Time for charge.
initiative.
Yeah.
Um,
So, well, let me roll for surprise for them. Okay. Go ahead and declare your actions, guys, and then we will roll initiative. George, you're still the king of initiative.
well, let's see what happens.
How high is the ceiling?
Ceiling's about maybe 7 feet. Yeah, 6 or 7 feet. Now 7 feet probably at this point. It's not very, it's not sweeping. The ceiling outside was huge, but in here it's much more, much tighter.
Do we
So-
start over? Is this the even round?
Starting over.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, every round
Yeah.
starts at round 1.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
what I saw, would I be able to smack them with my sword then?
Yes, you could reach them. Yeah, they're within. I mean, your sword's probably like 3.5 feet long. So.
And I'm 6'2", so.
Yeah, so you're a big one. I think is what they call it. Okay, so then we just need who am I missing?
Vargosh.
Right.
Dave.
And then
Okay. Oh man! All right, here we go. Let's see if
there comes
the great elk is with us.
the great elk is not with you.
No.
So they are holding first phase. So first up is melee for your phase, guys. Vargosh or Larissa.
Okay. Yeah, I'm moving up too.
Okay. Now, let's see here. Oh, okay. Vargosh is going in first. Right, one more up, and you can get to them.
I can only move 3, right?
Oh, can you? Okay. So then this thing uses its held action to leap onto you. They heard you. They were just not going to try and not going to tweak it to you that they did hear you. What's your AC there, Vargosh?
It's scaled, so I believe it's 6.
No way that's going to hit. So they leap down at you, and you kind of, wow, geez, you see these things. Now, because they interrupted your action, you still can make your melee attack if you want. You see 7. Oh, you do connect with this, but it's chitinous hide is. Oh, Jesus, this thing's as tough as our armor.
I think I have a point I can use to can I use
these
my
are Dave?
sword? Yeah.
These are lesser foes.
Oh.
You can make a second attack as well.
Swing it again?
Yeah. There's another one that's going to drop down to get you. Shit. Maybe it's the close combat. Maybe it's because there's so many of them in here. Second one hits. And you take.
What do you?
See here. Remember, so you got scale on. Remember that's DR1. So you reduce whatever damage you take here by 1. You take 8 points of damage. So after reduce 7 points of damage, one of them gets.
I have one of those like
Astonishing Fortunes. Yeah, you can spend that to negate the damage if you want.
I will like mystically move out of the way and avoid the damage with some skill that just ninja.
Well, you're not a mystical character, but what is it that you like? You are a very martial and forbidding, foreboding character. What are you gonna do?
So that was the second one that was attacking me?
Yeah, second one is the one that would connect with its mandibles.
Yeah, so I missed on my first 2 strikes, and then that second one was surely going to get me, and I just kind of like twisted and caught it with the cross guard on my.
Love it. Yeah, love it. Wow. And this thing's on the ground now. The other one, it's actually going to go. Okay, is going to go skittering on the ceiling and drop down onto Larissa. There's no way that hits. Okay, so Larissa, you see this coming, this thing skittering along and then drops down and misses you. I'm getting feedback from somebody. Steve, that might be you, bud.
What's that?
Mage.
Okay. Oh, and I just noticed. So they're taking Hangouts on air is going away later this year. For quick streaming, try YouTube/webcam. Fucking Google.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, so
Uh-oh.
Yep. I hear you.
Okay, well, I'm going to swat at the one that landed beside me.
yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah, so that one is annihilated.
Awesome.
It's, that glowing goo in its whatever thorax is just sprays out on the floor and then quickly loses its glow. Okay, so then we've got, I guess, Sagramore, you were down for...
I was for melee, and I think while the one landed right here, it was close enough that I could melee, but I don't think these other ones are close enough, so I'll be on move.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. And, well, no, you can still move on your melee, just you can't hit anybody. Okay, so then I guess that's over. Next, no missile, magic. We got Red Crow and we got Nargol on magic.
Go ahead, Nargo.
I'm gonna go with yeah. I'm gonna hit Sagramore with True Strike.
Sagramore with True Strike. Okay, so you, it's True Strike is touch, isn't it?
Oh crap!
No, you can move before you cast a spell. You just
Alright.
can't move afterwards.
There you go.
Okay. So
And
I
I'm sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
go ahead, George.
I was just gonna say, and I was casting Divine Guidance on Sagramore since he's the only one. Like,
I think Divine
Right.
Guidance does have range, though, right?
it's 25 feet.
Yeah. So that one's got range. So, so you're going to get some massive bonuses when you get making a melee attack there, Miss Sagramore, but unfortunately, it's too close quarters here to get through.
Yeah, so I'm going to shout at Larissa, let me cover Vargosh, because I can use shield cover for allied to give him, if he's going to be our front man, I can give him an AC bonus for my shield by covering him.
I don't think you can from behind.
I think I could.
No.
Over? No? Okay.
No. If you can't get past him, there's no way you're going to be able to get up there to get enough range to. If you were side by side, I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
I don't see how that could
Not
happen
from
from behind.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Sagramore, don't forget you've also got protection from evil, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But I don't think these things are evil.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I think that's the end of the first phase. I'm not sure there's anything that's going to happen inside unless someone wants to move somewhere. You're kind of at this choke point here.
Can Dave move 1 square forward?
No, he can't move through enemy squares.
I could take attack of opportunities to move out.
Yeah, you would. Oh,
Yeah.
no. You can actually move at half your speed to do a withdrawal, but I think that that has to be like your only action.
So if I had move as my second, I think I have hold in mind, do I?
Basically, you could move 1 square. Like it would be like a 5-foot step. Let me see here.
Fighting withdrawal is on page 254.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can still continue to fight and defend. So you could move 1 square back there, Dave. But and Larissa, I guess you could move. You guys could try and coordinate between.
I have move in my second phase. So if he's moving back, I'm going to move back as well to let him out.
And the rest of that sentence actually, Kev, I don't know if it changes anything. It says, or backpedal at full movement and simply defend.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. So, well, because he fought this round.
Oh, that's right. He already did.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yep, totally.
Okay. So, Dave, you can move 5 feet back if you want to try and lead these things back. Nice. Okay, and I think on their action they will move 5 feet forward to try and keep you in range. They don't attack again though. Okay. All right. So then I think that's the end of the round, guys. Everyone declare your actions.
Clear out. Back up. I'm coming back.
And somebody else is taking over for me.
Yeah, that's right. So, Arlen, you're rolling for initiative now. You gonna beat my boom. 3.
Okay.
3. All right. If I can spell melee, I will.
Okay. This is. I'll say too. Like this is exactly one of the reasons why I love this game so much. Having so many fun, cool tactical options you can do that aren't just like things that are features of your character or your feats or something like that. This anybody can do this cool stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
So if
Well,
I
I
wanted
also
to do that
I like-
withdrawal thing,
Mhm.
could I do that withdrawal thing again in the first phase?
Yeah. Yeah, as long you can still fight. If you're on full defense, you can move your full move. You can move 3 squares back. If you're going to fight again, you can just move 5 squares. Or, 5.
So if Staggermore, if you move back, I can draw these things out into the room.
Yep, that's exactly. I'm on move first phase to
So
let
is
him.
that called? Is that a move phase, Kev, or am I putting?
Yeah, it's a move. So that'll be second phase when you could do the 5-foot step.
So I can't do that in the first phase.
No, because it's he's in your way. You could like basically you're kind of stuck where you
Can't we both do move and I just move first?
right, but melee comes before move.
Yeah, so they're going to get attacks.
No, but if he attacks, then he has to move during
He
melee.
can use his turn to flip it to move from melee.
What I'm saying is he could do the same thing as me and do move melee and do
Yep.
the half move. Yeah.
Yeah. So they would just get an attack on you.
Yeah.
What you could also do, Dave, is you could not attack this phase and move, do a back pedal at your full move rate. So you could move 15. You move 3 squares back, and you can move through ally squares.
Mhm.
So I
Which
call
is
that. So I would call that move melee.
Move defense. Like
No, but
there is. If you
first
take a look at
phase,
the, where is it here? It's the one of the advanced. So you can do things like
254 is fighting withdrawal.
But in
Yep.
declaring my phases, though, I would call that move and melee.
no, because you're not.
You can't melee if you're going to move 3 squares. You can melee if you're going to move 1 square, or you can move 3 squares, no melee.
So
Okay.
technically, it's move and withdrawal.
Yeah.
What you could do, Dave, also is if you do go on full defense, if you just want to like let these things attack you, and then do the move to move back, parry and block gives you a base +2 AC bonus adjusted by the defender's strength attack modifier. You got 18 strength, right?
Yeah.
So that means when you parry and block as your action, you get +4 AC.
Wow. Okay.
That's awesome.
So that's
So that would allow you to move like the full. What you could do is if the guys are buffing Sagramore, he could do do the move and then the move and then melee. You could move back, defending yourself. You would suck up the attacks from the beetles for the first phase. Then on the move segment, you move out of the way. Sagramore moves in. He's got all those bonuses, and he could then attack. I'm not sure if that's what you were intending there, Arlen, but
No, that's good. That's about what I was thinking.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I didn't know how to put it. So that's a move / melee.
Yeah.
Or just a straight.
No,
move.
that's move defense.
Yeah.
Move defense.
Yeah, it would function. The defense would just be a move as well, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, because you can always move when you're doing your melee phase. So yeah,
So I'm doing that. However, you want me to write it in the.
that's fine. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, rolling initiative.
Okay. So I rolled 3. Here we go. 4. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. So Larissa has melee for first phase. Is that what you intended there, Greg?
Yeah, I thought Dave was going to take the melee option.
You did see Dave make the declaration for move and melee. Did you want to change yours?
No, that's fine. That's what that's what I thought he was going to do. So now that I
Yeah.
see him change it, that's fine.
Okay,
Sorry,
so unfortunately, you're not. No one's in range right
Correct.
now.
Yep.
But you know what you could do? You could change it in second phase. Take a -2.
Second phase. and just
That's
take
right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly it.
So then these, so the 2 of them are attacking you there, Dave. You've got your self in an unusual position where you're on full defense right now. So your AC is what? You were 6 before. You're an AC of 2 effectively right now. Do you have a Dex bonus to AC?
No, I only have 14 decks.
Okay. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. The 2 of them on you. Fucking nat 20.
Oh, and there's special rules. If you're parrying and blocking, it doesn't actually hit you, but it breaks your weapon or shield.
Oh,
So-
fuck.
That big fuck off sword that you've got, I
The
think,
one
is
that-
gone
the one
instead
that's
of
in the
you taking
notes?
damage.
Oh my god.
The one that
Oh
in the
my
notes,
god.
The one that in the note says notched, cracked near the hilt.
Yeah.
Shit.
If the assailant scores a natural 20, the defender's weapon or shield is broken unless it is magical. It's not magical.
Oh my god, Dave!
Replaces
It
critical hits.
breaks your fucking shield or your sword.
This is what it says in the notes in my sword. Like no shit.
Yeah. Nice. So apparently those notches and
Awesome.
cracks were a little thicker. So it breaks away on your handle.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
I now have
shit.
the shards of Narsal.
You know, I'll give you
Exactly.
Dave, because of that fucking awesome narrative thing, I'll give you a point of astonishing fortune as well.
That's awesome.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
You now have a dagger, Dave, instead of a
Yeah.
belt.
Well, you can go pick up the mace, right? The mace that Sagramore put back. You can go
Good
grab it.
golly. Okay, so that was melee. I guess then we go to move. So you guys can, Dave, you can move a full. You still successfully parried. You can move 3 squares.
Well, that's fine. And then I'll drop my shattered sword and I'll pull out my short bow for next round.
Okay.
Larissa can attack on the diagonal, right?
She can. Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm not gonna move forward. I'm gonna let her strike when they move forward.
I will give cover because of the diagonal, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So then, I think that's the end of the melee, or end of melee, end of move for first phase. Phase 2. Anyone have magic in the first phase? Oh, Nargle, you had magic in the first phase.
Yes.
What were you doing?
Well, I'm gonna keep my true strike up on Sagamore.
Nice. Okay. So Sagamore still gets the true strikes. Phase 2. Let's see here. First we got melee. Sagamore, melee.
I guess I have to move in if I'm going to hit them because they're not going to move up until move because they don't have melee attacks. Okay, I guess I'm going to go in.
Or do we want to just hold here?
I think I'm going to take my bonuses and try to hit these things because I've got 2 attacks this round.
And just as a point of clarification on the rules, Kev, for the concentration of a cantrip, I was just thinking I had to do it each round, but if I did it on the second phase, it would allow me to move first. So I cast the last round.
Yeah, so if you're maintaining a cantrip that you've cast, you have to spend concentrate, but you can move on it. Like you're free to move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was my intention. Just okay. So you do have those bonuses still.
Okay. So with +2 to hit.
Here we go. Unfortunately, these things are
not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. Okay.
You do leave a nasty little scouring across the top of it, but
okay. But I have 2 attacks this round.
Yeah.
So.
Here we go.
Fuck.
Fucking Christ. Do you have any Astonishing Fortune left?
I don't have any Astonishing Fortune left. I used mine to save Nargle.
Oh, I have some Astonishing Fortune if you want them.
So you focus your magic again.
Cool.
Yeah, Nargle
that
right?
missed.
You concentrate on it, and I'm gonna make a 3rd strike.
Fuck.
Damn it.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Rolling rocks here. Okay.
Oh
my gosh. Okay.
And also just to be, by the way, you're getting +2 from the true strike and +1 from my divine guidance, so you're getting a total of +3.
Yeah.
Instead of +2.
Are you, Sagramore? Are you including the bonuses from protection from evil still?
Do I get bonuses for
not against these things? No.
No, I'm not including any bonuses for protection from evil right now.
It's probably been an hour, hasn't it?
Yeah, for you guys looking around, I think it's probably half an hour of futzing around with all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so then, gosh, so that was melee. Second phase. There's no missile. Magic second phase.
That was just me constant.
That was you concentrating. Okay, yeah, no problem.
So I'm doing it again. Yeah.
Okay, and then move. Anyone who needs to move on the second phase still. Dave, you can still move half your move at this point now. If you want, I'm not sure if you want to move anywhere.
No, I'm good here.
Good there. Okay, then guys, let's declare actions, and then we'll roll initiative. And I think Arlen, you still are.
I'm still rolling initiative. My roll 20 is reloading, so it's going to take me a second.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Everyone's declaring actions anyway.
Yeah.
Strength holds. Yeah, that's George. That's great. That's maybe the way we'll do concentration.
Just make it clear, so it's not like I'm casting another spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a decent chance of winning here. 3. You're going to beat my 3.
Mm-hmm.
And these big dice I got from Greg, these are fucking good purchase. Missile, nice. Oh, okay, Vargosh, you want to learn about another? You can't do it down here because it's a stone floor. But if you're on a surface where you can stick arrows in, you can do that planting arrow thing, where you sit it and it doubles your attack rate. Yeah, it's fucking.
Maybe you
super
can
cool.
find a corpse or something. You could.
Or an ally.
I'll just stab one into Red Crow's foot.
Perfect. It will
Stay
kill me.
close.
Don't move and stop screaming. You recognize
Initiative? Yeah.
We'll be calling it after this combat too, guys. I know we're just poking over.
It says rolling the
can do
dice.
Are you about to crash again?
Maybe somebody else should roll for me. I tried it twice.
Steven,
And it says
back to
rolling
you,
the
big
dice.
man. Give me a D6 roll. You're back in charge of initiative. You need to beat my 3.
Come on, Steve.
Ooh, tie.
Well,
So then, you guys all have higher dexterity. You guys all get to act before these things. So first up is
Melee. So they get to take 2 shots at me.
Ooh. Okay, so you're doing the defensive thing? Or are you
I'm
attacking?
doing my withdrawal 5-foot step to back here, and then
Oh, and then attacking. Okay, yeah, no
then I
problem.
can attack afterwards.
Okay. What is your current AC?
My current AC is 5.
Sagramore, you just rolled the same thing that Steve did.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
And my roll 20 is crashing again. So
Yeah,
we'll
no
see.
problem.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry, so what was your AC again?
5.
5. Okay. Okay. Oh, 1 manages to connect. Oh boy. And these things, their bite is not pleasant. But this one only does 5 points of damage.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So that's not including DR.
Not including DR. I'll never. I'm gonna let you guys do the math on DR, so I'll always give you pre.
Okay, so I still got 2 left.
Nice, nice. Okay, and this thing has
hit again. I'll help you out.
all right, and these are like big. It's a combination of piercing and tearing because these mandibles are a lot stronger than they look. Okay, so that is it for melee for them. They're not moving. Let's see here. Then next up is missile. Vargosh. Now is it?
I haven't populated my missile attack. Shit.
Okay. Is it? Are you specialized in one of them?
No, I don't have a weapon mastery on a bow. Just crossbow.
Just crossbow. Okay. So, what is the cost difference between the two? Are they the same?
I don't think so, but I will check. I think the crossbows are more expensive because they have a bonus to armor piercing, maybe.
Okay.
There's something like that.
So, light crossbow costs 15 GP. Short bow costs 20. Heavy crossbow costs 25. So, what kind of crossbow were you thinking, Dave? I'm fine with you just having it's a 5 GP difference. So,
okay.
If you specialize in a weapon, I'm assuming you were carrying that rather than was it the heavy crossbow or the light crossbow?
I had heavy written down on my sheet, but
Heavy written down. Okay, so then it's 1d6 plus 2 damage, and you'll be getting the plus 1 to hit from your dex, plus 1 to hit from your weapon mastery. So it'll be plus 2 to hit with it. And then go ahead and make your attack roll. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you hit Sagramore. Maybe.
And I'm gonna die if you hit me because that plus 2 is all of my hit points. So
I think at the gaming marathon we had someone nearly die because of that. Oh man,
nice
crossbow piercing.
What?
I thought, when I first saw it, it said
good.
crossbow piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's a good way of getting it to work. Okay, so wow. All right, so that one of these things explodes in front of you, Sagramore. Now, the crossbow, can someone check and see whether crossbow have a loading time?
Yeah, heavy crossbow, you can fire once every 2 rounds.
Okay, so with weapon
So
specialization...
you have to spend a full round reloading because you have to use a crank.
Right, but with weapon specialization, does it put it up to 1/1?
Let me double check.
Yeah, I think that probably is the case. Okay. So that was missile. No one else has missile. Who's got magic on the first turn?
It stays the same. It says
Crossbow, yeah. Crossbow heavy rate of fire is 1 every 2 rounds, unless you are level 7 through 12 and
Yeah.
mastered in it.
Okay. Okay. Nargul, what magic?
I will go with. I'll keep True Strike up.
Okay. Then it is move. Anyone want to move in the first phase?
I'm going to step back, do my
Okay.
free step.
Yep. Let's see
think
here.
that's
Oh, Larissa, did you want to move? You got
No,
free.
no, I'm good.
You're good there. Okay. Okay, then it is. Let's see here. Sycamore's moved. Everyone has moved. He's already melee. Okay, so then it is phase 2. Larissa, you're on melee.
Okay. This is the
I think
odd
we're on an
round,
even
right?
phase, aren't we?
We're on odd because I attacked twice last time.
Okay.
Okay,
So
well, I guess I'll step through.
Okay.
Okay.
Since you-
Everybody's taking a
since
chance.
You have 2 hit points.
Yeah.
Everyone gets gets their turn.
Yep.
All right.
We're going to put
Larissa.
one of the mages up there next.
Wow.
Boom. Okay, so that thing is squooshed. All right. Okay.
Awesome.
Now, Larissa, as you shatter that thing, you can hear from the top of the stairs, there is a series of voices. All chattering to each other. Now, everyone has their one language they start with. Does anyone have any bonus languages? Anyone? So you do. Okay, Nargul would as well too. Nargul or Red Crow, do you understand this language? I'll let you answer one at a time so you don't get.
It sounds like I do. I didn't select one because I didn't know what the languages options were, but I wanted to know something that was kind of guttural and
Awesome. Okay.
That sounds like
so
that.
would you let's see here. Would you kindly put down deep speech as your language? And what you can hear is well, no one else makes sense of this. What you hear is no, push it over here. Get it over here. Push 2 of you. Get on top of there. Come on, rock it back and forth. Rock it back and forth. Get it down. Get it down. And that's
you were
what
just
you
saying.
hear.
Okay. I'm gonna. I don't know if you're ending in that moment or
We're
if
ending at that moment.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay. So let's do this quickly, guys. Actually, I need to go to the washroom very quickly, and then
Okay.
I'll come back and give XP.
Nice.
So give me just 2 seconds here, guys.
Yeah. Cool. We wound up having a pretty. We have a very balanced party.
Yeah, we got a great party going on.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that all of you guys are chaotic and I'm like the only lawful character.
Well.
Aside from the fact that you're all good characters, I think, and
Yeah. Exactly.
oh, oops, did I say that out loud?
I do not have cure light wounds, but I do have that medicine ability that I can basically do it once per day per level. And the restriction is that I can only do it if I can do it multiple times. I can only do it on each ally 1 time per day. So if I had 2 uses of it at 2nd level, I could do it once on Sagramore, and I could do once on Vargosh. I couldn't do it twice on Vargosh that same day.
So I can heal 2 HP per level per day.
Cool.
But I can do that all on. I don't know if I'm allowed to split that up or not, or if I have to use it all in one burst.
I thought, well, in typical Paladin 1st edition, you'd be able to split it up however you wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that
And,
makes
Okay.
sense.
and
Yeah.
you can also use, so unlike original, where you had to use up some of your healing, you can, in addition, heal a disease once per week, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so who has actually? If you guys could type in the chat how many astonishing points of astonishing fortune you have left.
Well, after you give us all ones for our awesome playing, then we'll have more.
It was terrific role playing tonight too, guys. That was fucking awesome.
That was fun.
Okay. Let's see here. Nargle, do you have any astonishing fortune left?
I think I just had the one, right? I think I used it.
You use it? Okay, so that's another 100 XP for you guys. I think, let's see here. I think you get an extra 100 for that as well. Okay, so let me total up the numbers here, guys, and see what we come up with. You guys faced a lot of stuff tonight, too.
We did.
What do you think is going on here? What the hell?
I'm
situation
because I thought it was going to be something like mystical, like the Oathbreakers in Lord of the Rings. It turns out it's boring old ecology. There's just creatures in this world that use dead bodies. How boring is that?
Well, but there's something. I think there's.
Remind me to pay you back when you run
I
game
blame
tomorrow.
Pathfinder. That's what I say. I blame Pathfinder.
But I feel like there's something else going on too, because there's something.
Yeah, there's
within
surely
the
there's
spirit
some
world
other
and
interesting
stuff.
stuff. But I think that the sort of mystical duty beyond death thing, that's so much more interesting than bugs that use dead bodies.
But I think it's both. What's happening.
Yeah, you seem pretty sure after looking at 2 rooms that you got a handle on what's going on here. So
well, remember, Sagramore's 8 intelligence only goes so far.
That's a good point. You're playing that very well.
And now he's trying to convince everybody else that he knows exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, because he's the leader. He
That is
always
true.
knows what's going on.
okay,
Right.
Fire bad, tree pretty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tree
yeah.
on fire, pretty bad.
Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys.
And we can smash it. It can die.
Right.
Okay, so you guys get each 838 XP.
But we get double XP because we're first level, right?
Yes.
And then we get 10% on top of that.
You do. And
And
Red
I
Crow,
get-
you get 20% on top of that.
I get 30 total according to
Yeah.
your rules.
Yeah.
So I
For Nargle and Sagramore, do we get double XP for last time's XP too, since we were first level then?
Yes, so you get 100.
110.
So you missed double this time, but you
Yes.
get double on your 100. No, that would be unsporting.
Okay, so while you
Okay.
guys are updating that, I don't think anyone dinged this session, did
No.
they? No, 1,600. Still, that's a pretty good.
Nobody's
halfway.
playing a thief.
it's a good haul.
Yeah.
You'd be like 4th level if you've been playing a thief.
Yeah, really. Okay, let me get out of here, and I'm going to stop sharing. Boom.
Where are these XP bonuses coming from?
If you have your prime characteristic is above 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Dave, you're a fighter, right? So,
Yeah.
your strength is 18. You get plus 10% to XP as well.
Okay.
So that'll be on top of. So you'll get another 83 on top of the 838.
Well,
then
you
we'll-
get double, yeah.
Yeah, multiply it by. Well, you can do the multiplication
Yeah, it was
before or after.
1844 with 10%.
With multiplying, it doesn't really matter what order you do it. You end up with the
Yeah.
same result.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, then, guys, listen. For those listening at home, thanks so much for joining us. I unfortunately have not got a laptop active, so I haven't been checking if there's anyone in chat. But thanks so much for joining us. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. Alternatively, you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings. You can also reach me on by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You also can find me on the Dungeon Musings podcast as well. So on all of your favorite podcast platforms, I just recorded a new episode today dealing with the Roadrunner rules. So I found an article that was really interesting talking about the rules that the animator Chuck Jones had set for stories involving the Roadrunner and the Coyote. So I recorded an episode talking about those and how you could apply those for campaign design. And then I give an example of using those for a game that I've had in my hopper or to-do list for quite some time. I've got that plus a bunch of other different topics you can find on the podcast. So that's more, theory oriented, and there's no actual play on that. So if you're looking for something more in that vein, you can find me on your favorite podcast platform. In addition, from the time of recording now until July 1st, 2019, we are running a charity raffle on the channel as well. The charity raffle is to benefit the SOS Children's Villages International charity, and you can find a link to the Heroes Save Villages campaign in the link or the description of this video. The grand prize for that is a copy of the Beetle and Grimm produced Platinum Edition Waterdeep Dragon Heist box set. It was originally $500 US when it was produced. It is this gorgeous, massive thing that has maps and handouts and a bunch of other great stuff for running a 5th edition D&D adventure. That is the grand prize, but we also have a number of really cool additional prizes as well, including, this is my copy here, but Beetle and Grimm have sent us a copy of their new Sinister Silver edition of the Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So it's similar to the Dragon Heist box set, but it's for the Ghosts of Saltmarsh one. It's smaller, but to be honest, it seems like it's got as much material in it. And also it comes in this awesome canvas bag as well. The version that we've got is sitting still packaged, still in its bubble wrap. It is going to be getting to whoever the winner is for that prize the same way as you would have got it as if you had purchased it yourself. We also have core rule books for Warhammer Fantasy 4th edition. We have the Legend 5 Rings role-playing game from Fantasy Flight. We've got the RuneQuest Glorantha core rulebook, the Delta Green core rulebooks, as well as a bunch of other very cool stuff too. So the way you enter is follow the link, and for every $25 you donate Canadian, then you're entered once into the raffle. And again, Canadian dollars are mostly made of maple. So for those who are from the US or from elsewhere, you're actually going to be getting it's about $20 or less US to enter for each entry. So it hopefully is a very cool way to get some very cool gaming stuff while supporting a very, very worthwhile cause. SOS Children's Villages is active in about 134 countries and helps over 80,000 orphaned or abandoned children to find stability and have an actual childhood. So good way to get some fun gaming stuff and to do some, be a real hero and actually help out some kids in very, very difficult circumstances. Last but not least, I want to thank my players. So guys, Arlen, Dave, George, Greg, and Steve-O, thank you so much for playing with me tonight, guys.
Thanks, Kev. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you, guys. I had so much fun with this. This is right in this gothic horror stuff is completely in my vein. So love it. All right, then until next time, for those listening at home, again, thank you so much for watching. And we will, until next time, happy gaming.